Hey, what's up, guys? Team Hard Life Captain Albert Certucci here. I don't know how this is working. Good morning, Antonio. Matt. Yes, it's working. I'm here at the shop. Obviously, this is my first time doing this, so I will try and see how it's supposed to work. Right now, I'm actually building casting leaders with 250-pound coated cable. As you can see, I'm rigging it up on swivels on one side, 10-aught hooks on the other, or actually these are 13s. These are actually the non-offset, non-stainless steel hooks that are in regulation for the up-and-coming rule that works. And so, what's up, Tony, John, Matt? Yep, Craig, got you. So yes, I kind of figured I'd had to put the phone backwards like this, kind of like you go live on Facebook, but I had to use the camera in reverse. So, with this, like I said, it's going to be a learning deal. I've never gone live. What's up, Josh? And we're going to see how this goes. I'm going to test it out for a bit, talk with y'all if y'all got any questions while I'm here. While I continue doing my morning thing of answering the phones, building leaders. Morning. What is? Wayne? What's up, Wayne? Where you from? And, yep, this is going to be definitely something new that I want to add into the channel, going live, and maybe we can do this on a daily basis. Yes, I would have to agree with you, Josh, on that one. It looks a lot better, but I think it also has to do with the phones and stuff like that, and also I'm using a gimbal to hold my phone instead of, doing this number as most people are, because you got to realize phones do have to still focus as you're moving through scene to scene and stuff like that too. So, but we are in preparation for not Sharkathon, but Beachmasters. And yes, I will be fishing the GAR tournament there. That is one thing that with the GAR tournament, that's something that I like to fish tournaments. I like the competition. And that was one of the things that I noticed up north. There was a lot of tough, hardcore fishermen up there. A lot of them were, guides or captains, and, a lot of them own their charter business and stuff like that. So, what's up, Ricky? How you doing, boss? So it's, that's the thing. If you want to be the best, you got to really compete with the best that are out there, and the guys that are making a living out of it. I mean, you can't get any higher than that. You know what I mean? And so it's really great to do that because, it raises your levels of expectation on what you're doing when you're doing it and stuff like that. So all the little details will come into play and stuff like that. So yeah, to roll back to the GAR tournament, that's coming up. That's going to be pretty sweet because now it's in our backyard. And granted, I've only got into shark fishing a few times. What's up, Big Al? How you doing? Joe? Yes, sir. Good morning. This is something that is going to really help the community around here promote healthy GAR fishing practices, because I can remember years ago where GAR, were considered a nuisance catch, and now they're really putting forth the effort to protect the species and promote a great, they're great acrobatic kind of fish, and it's awesome to catch them. And, also too, I do have to say they're a lot more docile than handling sharks, but they're a lot harder to control if you don't have that rope around, its head area and gill area and stuff like that. I just seen what I saw. I still have a few thoughts on improving how we can actually land them and handle them once we do get them up on shore. And one of the things I was thinking about was actually using my big shark neck to land the GAR once they came up along the embankment, because what I can do is I can lay it down on the embankment itself, and as soon as they come and they hit the embankment, we lift the other side, and it's a done deal. It's a catch. Whereas the other ways, they're having to get in the water or carry that long pole noose and stuff like that. But at the same time, that's also my drawback. Can we use stainless steel circle hook on pins? Yes, we can. As of right now, there is no rules or regs on using stainless hooks on pins. as far as I know, I haven't heard anything other than that. One of the rules that did pass years ago, but it's not really pushed upon, is the use of lead weights while fishing in state parks. Because I remember a few years ago that was a big item that went through, but it's not really followed upon and stuff like that. So so all right, and I've actually got some hooks inbound right now. If y'all will give me a second, I am gotta handle some business real quick. You come on in. Morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. All right, so we got our 20s and our 18.
Yes, sir. 20 of each.
Really full. And okay, that's the total.
I know. They got away from us.
Yep, it went by pretty quick, so. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And this is your invoice for your copy.
Okay.
Alright.
Awesome.
Alrighty. You have a good day.
You too. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, I just got a small shipment of hooks in because we're still putting out the stainless hooks because, like I said, the rule doesn't go into effect till January. That is something we are going to be working on actually this weekend. With the new rules and regs coming out, there's different ways to hook it up. And still, you know, I've rigged circle hooks before, but have never really seen a good improvement on it. So what we're going to start doing is bridling the hooks as we normally would on the circle hooks, which means they're outside the bait. But at the same time too, that's going to be a learning curve for us because, like I said, normally when I do my shark baits for casting, the hook is in the bait. Now for big rigs, that's where bridling will play into effect, but still I want to test, just to put it out there, rigging up the circle hooks through baits and stuff like that. But I don't know if I want to chance it this weekend because there's a lot of money at stake in winning. And also too, what's up, Ruben? Jesse, see you here in a bit. We've won this tournament a few years in a row, and we definitely want to maintain that. Now, what I might do, just to kind of get it going and stuff like that, I'll start off by rigging baits the way I normally would. I'm still going to put casting baits with the non-offset, non-stainless steel hooks. And for Trippy on the braid, we order straight from the manufacturer. So that's where we're getting it from. And it's Tough Line. I believe you can find them online. I'll have to get back to you on that, but I'm bouncing back and forth between everybody's questions and so forth. But yes, for casting baits, I use non-offset, non-stainless steel hooks, but I'm going to be using offset ones as well because I need to get enough backing and knowledge on video to show them why we don't like to have our hooks non-offset. I mean, they're just hard to get off or removed. And even then, I know in Florida it's mandatory that you have a pair of bolt cutters so you can cut your hook. See, now that I don't agree with. I mean, we build fishing tackle so we can have, but you're telling me I got to destroy it because the rules you have in place, which that should tell them already. I mean, it's not a viable real way to protect the species if we're having to destroy fishing tackle and still leave chunks of hook inside of a shark's jaw because we didn't remove it entirely. And so, thanks, Juarez. This is something that's going to be ongoing. There's no overnight fix or quick fix and stuff. What's up, Steven? How you doing, brother? When you going to get down here, man? We got to get some lines wet and some rods bent, you know, big tigers. Tis the season. So, oh, yes. Beautiful morning out there. I know when I left the house this morning, it was overcast, ugly, dark clouds out there, and now it's bright blue skies, nice calm winds, which is good because that means maybe the surf will calm down. As far as the fishing at Bob Hall, I know they hooked some kings, they've landed hammers, they've got some black tips and some bulls as well. And the fish are there, but it also can go dead on the doornail at the same time. I know some guys were posting up some monster speckled trout the other day, and some guys went out there and the very next day and didn't hook a single thing. And you know that old saying, should have been here yesterday. Yeah. Yes, I am, Texas Finn. I am going to fish the Gar tournament. And actually, I'm trying to get into as many tournaments in all aspects of fishing that I can. I mean, it just sometimes... I would say he does. Yeah. Steven's always been on point with getting a lot of good video and pictures and stuff like that. So we just gotta, watch out for each other when we are out there, man. That trip with Steven, that scared us all on the beach, and I'm just glad I was able to get to him and make sure he was all right. That was one of my storytelling Thursday deals that I had shared and stuff. So, you never can be too careful. And yeah, we argue and fight and, have mad discussions on Facebook. But at the end of the day, if you see somebody out there in harm's way and you can lend a helping hand without getting yourself into too much trouble. And what I mean by trouble is, don't overextend yourself. If you know you can't physically capable of going out and helping somebody else, then let somebody else do it, or get on the phone. Call the Coast Guard, be that line that they may need to get, back to shore and stuff like that. So, yes, sir. Yep. I would have hated for anything to happen to you, but also, too, I'm glad you were able to safely finish the tournament on that one. That was pretty scary even for us on the beach, man. I just can imagine what you were going through on the kayak getting drugged backwards. That was still even now. Okay, I don't know what happened there. It automatically cut me off. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to figure that out, because if it's going to cut off every, short period of time, that's not going to be good, because, I go through a lot of stuff and knowledge, and sometimes it's not easily handled in a few minutes. And so, well, shelf life on fish bites, that's actually a good question. If you can store them in a nice cool area out of direct sunlight, they can actually store for a very long time. We actually store ours in a fridge, and it will keep their natural color and stuff like that. And I've had some in there for about 6 months or more because of the amount of quantity that I buy. Sometimes I'll buy 150 packs of each and then store them just so that way I can supply other tackle shops with them and so forth. So but if you're storing them in your vehicle, the best place to store them is underneath your seat, because underneath your seats, it's crazy, but have you ever stuck your hand underneath your seat on a hot day? It's still actually pretty cool under there. So, and on my cast outs, I like to use the Eagle Claw non-offset circles, but even then, when I do get them, I offset them. The only bad thing about it is typically the plating on the outside will crack off and chip, so I'll have an extra marker and eraser on hand so that way I can coat them down while I'm out there, so that way because heat got to it, Tony, is what ended up happening. Once you get heat to the fish bites, they'll turn a different color and they don't look as pretty and bright colored as you can see in here. That's a bright color where you see the two different colors in there. And yeah, I'm gonna have to restock my shelf. It looks like I've got a few of them empty. So let's see. Yeah, Len's a character, man. We actually got video of him releasing his tiger. We had gotten there just in time with the net, and then we got the shark up on deck, and then we were able to release it. And then you saw the shark swimming around the pier, a few feet within the surface, but the water was clear enough that we could actually see the shark swimming away, which was pretty awesome. So it's pretty awesome. You know, it's always good to see guys out there catching and yes, Tony, the fish bites are still usable, and actually I've gotten some where they have turned a dirty, ugly brown, but I'll still put them out there because if the fish aren't sight feeding on color, then they'll be all right. But if they are actually sight feeding on color, then yeah, they're not going to be useful that day. But you can always use them as to catch bait, perch, whiting, sand trout, and stuff like that that you need for bigger fish. So that's some in my truck for you. Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't recommend eating them yourself, but no, they're still good to go on bait and stuff like that. I've actually, like I said, I've used them to catch my bait fish to turn around and catch my bigger fish and stuff like that. So, who's your local favorite shark fisherman? That's a tough one. Well, before I got away from fishing the pier as much because I started the business and had to, you know, run a business. You know, I couldn't be out there all the time. There's actually a lot of good shark fishermen out there that I love hanging with and just shooting the breeze and stuff like that, just because, you know, they don't get down, you know, and that's what really makes a great fisherman is no matter what the weather is, we go out there, we have a good time, and we put forth the effort to make a great trip, whether you're catching or you're not catching, you're putting up in bad weather or whatever, but you work together as a team. And those are the type of great fishermen I like to be with. I don't like guys that are out there and, you know, whining and complaining, and, you know, I'm not, you know, now if they're bringing up questions about, you know, what we can do to make catches better or something, you know, if they're addressing issues, then that's something that, you know, isn't a whining or complaining. Whining or complaining is when it's, man, it's too hot, and you know, and they're just moaning and groaning because they haven't caught anything, or, you know, it's just not to their specs or whatever, you know. It's, you know, we go out there to get away from all the drama and stuff like that, so bringing more to the pier isn't really what we were looking for when we're out there. So and yeah, I see some of y'all's comments, but they come up on screen for a little bit and then they disappear. So if I haven't answered your comment, it's not that I'm ignoring it, it's just it comes up, and you know, I'm still trying to work and make my leaders. And while I've been talking with y'all, just to kind of give y'all a heads up of what I'm doing. I'm up to that now. I'm doing my Steel Super Strong swivels on this side, and these are actually rated for 250 pounds to 300 pounds. And then I've got my 13-aught hooks on this side. This is my 250-pound cable. And yes, I've got 4 different colors. Sharks don't care on coloring, you know, the hooks. I kind of made a funny the other day. One of our customers was asking, well, do you think the sharks really care about the color? Because he was choosing a reel. And I said, no, I don't think they can see that far up the line. Sometimes I got a good joke. Just saying, you know. It's something to look forward to. But also too, while I got y'all here, I don't know how many of y'all use the Gator spoons, but this was a post that I did. And hold on real quick, I got everybody on the line. Hey, what's up, brother? Okay. Yes, sir, I have. Shoot. All right. Damn, no phone call. See how you are. Yeah. Dang. Big ones or little ones? Yeah. Wow. Mm. Oh wow. Slots or keepers? I mean, slots are undersized. Dang. Nice. Wow. Well, I'm here at the shop, man. I'm actually live on YouTube right now. Well, no, I don't have you on speaker, so you're good. Yeah, potty mouth, man. Right, right. So, all right, well, hey, well, if you can stop by the shop, man, we can shoot the breeze here. You know, maybe I can do an interview of you catching your sawfish out of Florida. I know guys would love to hear that story. Okay, cool deal. All right, later. Well, that's gonna be a pretty cool story. Got a buddy of mine. He was fishing out of Florida a lot, and wire in the water when they bite into it. Well, hold on. I'll answer that one in a second. But there's my buddy. I got introduced to him through another buddy, but actually, you know, he was friends with other guys through Facebook that are, you know, were friends of mine here. And Craig, that's a good one. Now, with him, he actually hooked a monster sawfish out of Florida on spin gear because they were going for another type of fish, but ended up hooking a big old monster sawfish. So I would like to talk with him about it, just because, I mean, I haven't landed one myself. I haven't seen one. I haven't touched one other than when I was growing up as a young kid and seeing the bills of sawfish, you know, in the classroom, you know, just dried up, sitting up along the side and stuff like that. And, you know, it makes you wonder if they'll make it back down this way. I mean, they're catching a lot of them in Florida. They're starting to catch the pups, which is a great thing. That shows that they're starting to lay pups and stuff like that. So, you know, it's a good thing. You know, I definitely would love to catch one day. And now to answer your question, Craig, on how many times have I actually landed fish when opening a beer, that I'm sitting at the probably high. I want to say I'm in the 80 to 90% range, that every time I do that, I've landed some monster fish or increased my sizes. And so it's, I'm a believer. You know, it's sometimes you have your little rituals of what you got to do to make catches happen. And I've got certain people that come in looking for a certain type of hook and will not buy anything other than that one style of hook because it has actually gotten them on their biggest catches or their most catches and stuff like that. And so that's a good one, Lewis. On a 12-aught, I would say it's in the same ballpark as an 80. So you're probably looking in the 2,500 yard range of 130 on a 12-aught. I would have to agree with you because every time I crack one, I guess they're coming in. They hear that the bar is open. So let's see. All right. Now what I'm gonna do is actually I need to run to the back to go cut some cable. And this is where it's gonna get. Oh man! Actually, I gotta count up what I gotta do. So I know how many pieces I need, because that's the other thing too. Marinated bait. Yeah. Big mullet. You'll want to look into channels or canals and stuff like that for big mullet right now. Oh, casting. That is something that normally changes from day to day. I've always been a big fan of casting bigger reels. 4/0 have been like my favorite size. So when I started going to fishing the Avids, you know, at first I wasn't taking a liking to them just because the size of what the reels were. They were kind of small, and I didn't know or understand the knowledge that was put into them for their braking system and stuff like that. So when I was looking at them, I was thinking, oh, that's cute. What's that reel gonna do? You know what I mean? And when I'm comparing it to a 4/0 to a little SX. And so, you know, that was kind of my mentality until my buddy actually let me use his reel. And when I caught a fish, that's when it really got to sink in and stuff like that. So that was pretty interesting. But I do have to make a run to the back. I'll take y'all with me so y'all can kind of see part of the workshop. Can't show you everything, but I need to get a count of what I got to cut for the different colors, so that way I can make these leaders. I'm making 6-foot cast outs with the 250, and these leaders actually was another thing too. When I started using them and making them, I got to see how much fish we could catch on them. And that was one of the stories too. You know, we had one specific reel that was on fire that weekend, and when I finally crashed out and woke up, they hadn't turned a click, and then I realized the special reel wasn't there in the water, and it was just one of my red LX Raptors that they didn't have out. And yeah, as soon as I put it out, it was hooked up like immediately, so I went back to sleep. And they kept the fun going on by keeping the reel in the water, but they really didn't like casting it because it was an LX, and that was one of the things too. So I think that's what it was. It wasn't that they didn't want to put it in back. It's just it wasn't. Actually, I've worked with Nick Meyer. I was supplying him with his weights for his surf weights for quite a long time, and yeah, no, we're still good buddies. We talk, and yeah, he does got a live video feed, and that's who I learned the back cast from as well. But the deal about those casts that he teaches, those are mainly for when you're on the beach fishing and you got a lot of area to fish and to move around. When you're on a pier, it's a lot more difficult to be able to do those casts because you have a lot of obstructions on the pier and stuff like that. So no, you're right, man. Nick Myers can put out some bait, but at the same time too, you know, you're limited to where you can use those casts and so forth. But also too, that's not something that you take very lightly, because I mean, at the rate of speed those lines are going out off the reel after you let go of that cast or let it start to fly, you know, people can really get hurt if you don't maintain your gear very well. So if you're going to get into that distance casting, you got to always keep in mind, you know, where the weight's going and where's a safe place for people to stand while you're going to attempt these casts, especially if you haven't done them before, because that's one of the things too, you know, if your thumb or you don't have your reel set up properly with the like surgical tubing that they like to use, and or the rubberized matting as well, you know, it can be real dangerous. But you know, it's a great way to get a lot of distance on your cast. Oh, and real quick before I forget, these are the Blemish Gator 2Ls that we have in house. And what happened was, the building where they were getting manufactured had burnt down. So before they got plated, they took a lot of abuse and or pitting and stuff like that because of the heat. However, he got them plated after they were gone through the cleaning process and stuff like that. So I found the sharp end right there. And just to give you an idea, these things, they've been handled by a lot of customers, and all I'm doing is using my shirt to clean it off. And there you go. I mean, if you're fishing the jetties or the rocks or anything like that, you can see that they're still a great lure to use and so forth. But this is a good way to save money if you know you're going to be losing a lot of them. Now, granted, I think I only have about 100 left, so they're going quick. What we're doing is we're offering a discount. If you buy 5, you get 1 free, but you got to let us know that you saw it on the video and stuff like that, because through the shop we're promoting the YouTube channel and stuff like that. So also too, remember our next subscriber giveaway is at the 2750 mark. So if y'all don't know, you better be subscribed or you can't win, you know. Don't know, Brian. I have not been out there today, and I've been talking with y'all, so I haven't been able to look on Facebook to see what anybody's posting up. To tell you the truth, I did see part of Nick's post earlier, and he said that the water clarity was looking good. They were gonna try some top water action here in a while or something like that. Didn't really get on it long because the phone started ringing and stuff like that, and that's kind of one of the bad things about running a shop. You know, I can't always be on the social medias to answer questions and stuff like that. So when I do take a break or something like that is when I normally can have the amount of time to go on and answer questions and so forth. So this is actually a good way for me to knock them all out at the same time. I'm wondering, let's see, I'm looking at the options here because, like I said, this is the first time I've actually done this live video chat and stuff like that. What's the best source of finding where they're biting? Facebook is the best way. That or call around to the different tackle shops. Because sometimes they'll be getting reports in, and also too, what time is it? A lot of the guides should be back into docking around this time if they took off real early and they had a real successful morning. However, if a lot of those boats aren't back yet, it's because they're still fighting to get their limits and stuff like that. Yes, you can, Big Al. The 9-foot TI rods and also the Vexen rods are what we're actually using for beach fishing when we do go out there and stuff like that. I like them because when I'm fighting the surf and the waves and stuff like that, it gives me the ability to still get out there and put baits down range and stuff like that. So, but I do got to cut more of these, and what I'm also going to do, I need to write down some numbers because I've got uneven numbers of the different colors that I have here for the leaders. And I would like to thank everybody that chimed in and also are taking a look at our channel this morning. I don't know how many of y'all are at work. I won't ask because I don't want to get y'all in trouble or anything like that, but everybody else that's chiming in and asking some questions, I do appreciate that because, like I said, I started the channel because when customers come into the shop, it's a one-on-one, which is great. I love it. But at the same time too, I was looking at faster ways to get all the knowledge out and reach more people. And actually for Gar, I'll use the TI rods and the Vexen rods, but at that trip, when I was supplying Team Real Locos with more of my rods, because I wanted them to get a handle on using the Avets and stuff like that, I wanted them to try them out before they actually buy them. So this was an opportunity for them to get onto the reels and the rods at the same time. So they left me with using the 552 Harringtons. And so that's what I was landing on my Gar on. But to tell you the truth, I really didn't need them. Those TI rods would have been more than sufficient enough to get them landed in and stuff like that. And yes, sir. Well, co-captain from my team just walked in. I'll give you a quick introduction. Let's see if I can get this up.
Can't find me.
There you go.
How's it going, guys?
It's Jesse right there. So if you see him out there fishing, he'll pass on the knowledge the same way that we will. So
hopefully next week on the rocks.
Yeah. Well,
once our driver comes back, because he's got liquid on his lungs.
Oh.
They're getting ready to insert that big heavy gauge needle into his rib cage, and he's been like that for 3 weeks.
Glad to hear, Matthew. That's awesome. On the rods and reels, I personally don't do the rod and reel fixes, and the reason being because I'm busy building the leaders and stuff like that, and actually we don't do it in-house. We have contractors that we contract to work out to, but they keep the prices very reasonable, so we're still in par with the other tackle shops. Most of the time we're not making any money off of that, and the reason being because we want to be able to keep our customers happy. And like I said, since we mainly aren't doing the work, we're just kind of the middleman. We keep it going like that. But at the same time too, like I said, it gives us a helping hand to help y'all out and get you in the door, and then we can help you out with other things. So yep. Okay, I've got Now, while y'all are actually watching, I would like to see where everybody's from. If y'all can just do a quick post up of where y'all watching from, that would be cool to know too, because like I said, I won't be able to learn all this knowledge until after the video it has ended and it goes through the analytics department of the YouTube channel. But if y'all can give us a heads up, that would be cool. Alice, Austin, Mathis, San Antonio, El Paso, South Padre, yeah, Robstown, CC, McAllen. That everybody? Edinburgh, Corpus, Austin, but in San Antonio. You working? How you doing? Let's see what we got here. You have a good one.
Yes, sir.
Got some mail. What do we got here? Got something. Austin, Houston, and Rams bait and tackle. Nice. Got a knife on you, boss? Oh, my question. Oh, let's see what we got here. I asked for a knife, and they shipped me a knife. Looks like I got a couple in here. Let's see. Logo knife. Okay, so they can put the logo of your company on a knife, which is cool. Maybe they can make other etchings and stuff like that. Let's see. That's one of the things about a shop is a lot of new companies will come out and they'll send you samples of everything they have to offer or something. And so this is one of them. So pretty cool that I got to catch it on live footage over here. Oh, that's a cool color.
That's great color.
Yeah.
They'll still lose it.
Yep. Yeah. It'd have been nicer if they'd have put my logo on it instead of theirs, but still cool. So looks pretty well built. Well, guess we're gonna have to get them out on the beach to go play with them and see what they can do. So, well, yeah, we'll definitely check them out and get them dirty. So, what's up, Trig Fishing? Hardly working. Gotcha. What's up, nephew? How's your summer vacation going? Yeah, that's at work talking about fishing and still thinking about fishing. I don't know if we got a problem or what it is, but we're in the same boat. Okay, got those 4, 2 pink, 3 black right here.
Doing cast outs.
Oh, that's awesome, nephew. Good job. Yeah. You too, Antonio. You have a good one. Be safe, man. And we'll check you out on the next videos. We got 3 more black. 8. And then 2 more pinks. 6. Okay. All right, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you, make that money, man. That's the best way to do it. My biggest bull red is 54 1/4 inches, or 54 1/2, sorry. It comes out that a 54 1/4 was the one that was the current pending state record for it. And I didn't know, and I ate the redfish. It was good. Yes, it was still good. So, all right, what I'm doing is I'm going to my back warehouse and just kind of give you an idea. We've got a lot of fishing gear all over the place and what we can do. And right now we've got leaders in motion for our long drop, short drop redfish rigs and stuff like that. Got sleeves, swivels, crimps. Yeah, this is a fisherman's nightmare kind of deal when you don't keep track of it all. But what I got to do is cut some coated cable. What's up, Hunter? Wow. Well, hey, you're working for that money, nephew. That's one of the beauties of being able to work for what you get, you know. Okay, so I took the counts of the drops that I have in the front, and that's the hook sections of the casting leaders I'm making, but now I need the bottom sections, so I need to cut cable real quick, and I'll be right back, bro. Alright guys, so one of the things going and being in the manufacturing business we've discovered is, you know, you are as good as the tools that you're using. And so the bull red season we did, but we didn't really get a chance to get out there. I had a lot of things going here at the shop, so long drops on the rocks, yes I do, for the redfish ones. But these are some Felco 7s, and they're a Swiss-made cross-cutting wire cutter for our cable. And as you can tell, they're rusted and stuff like that, but it took them years to rust like this. And you know, it's about a $60 set of cutters. However, they last a very, very long time. I've probably cut at least 10,000 cuts on them easily. Actually, look, I already got some cut right here. Hold on. Yeah, I'm still gonna have to cut a few more. Orange is good. Pink is good. I need black and blue. The two main ones that I'll need. Can I have the blue ones? I'll cut them both.
That way we can do doubles.
Yeah. Now, again, with these cutters, I'm using one of my strands to be my guide, but you got to remember when you do that, whichever one you're using as a guide, you keep reusing it, because if not, you'll slowly get bigger and bigger on all your cuts and stuff. So, and I missed that last comment. I didn't see what it was. I just need blue. I need 8 of them, or 6 more. Yeah, these cutters work wonders. I love them. Love them, love them. Also, too, just to give y'all a heads up, we got a ton of coated cable, and our coated cable is made real thin, so that way the shark's tooth can penetrate it, but not cut through the cable. And we've actually had one of our customers caught the perfect cable coating deal to prove our theory behind it, where he landed a 10-foot tiger. And I've got that one actually posted up on our Facebook. You would have to go back and check it out, but yeah, it's a great picture, because you can actually see the strands of cable get opened up where they're straight across where the tooth was penetrating but didn't get cut through. So paid promotion is when companies are already sponsoring the channel and they pay for their logo to be up on the video while it's going live. Since I'm just starting it out, I don't have any, but I left the door open for any companies that want to start posting up on my channel to do so. Right now, the only kind of way that any kind of funding can go through this channel is if I'm getting a ton of comments and I'm missing them, somebody can actually pay a little bit extra, you know, make a small donation and get what they call a super chat. The super chat, it will allow them to keep their comment up there until I address it, and you know, or comment to it and so forth, which is great because, you know, sometimes there's too many comments going through and I may miss them, you know, depending on how quickly they're coming up. But I do, again, want to thank everybody who's been chiming in and watching the video, because it's actually making my morning go a little bit quicker, because now, you know, instead of talking straight to a camera, I'm actually talking to y'all, which make the YouTube channel. So again, thank you.
Just showing the difference between the thicknesses on that one David and 600 pounds.
No, actually I haven't. And here's another thing too. This is 250. I got 400 down there. Give me the black so I can go to the next one. I've got several thicknesses of cable. We've got your 600 right here, which is in blue. Then you've got the 400 right there, which is in the black. And then we got the 250, which is that one right there. And actually I've got 135 as well. And this is the 135 coated cable right there. Let's see. I can get them all kind of side by side so y'all can check it out. Do this. There you go. Now you can see the 4 different sizes. The 135, 250, 400, and then 600 over here. So, and as you can see, the coating on it, you can almost see the cable ridges and everything through it. And that's what's been real popular with our customers, because they're not getting cut off. So that's very important to us. You know, we want to put out gear that's going to make it very good gear and stuff like that. And actually I've got a customer in house, but you can see my walk-in freezer right here, my kayaks up on top, my older kayaks, and my big spools of monofilament, 400 pound, 1200 pound, 600 pound, 700 pound. So, but let me get back up to the front real quick. And y'all can kind of see how we interact with our customers as well.
You got a Phillips head screwdriver?
Oh, yeah, actually I do.
I'll borrow for like 5 minutes.
What you got going on, boss?
Next door, Lumber Liquidators are now fell off their bathroom door. I just need to tighten it back up.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They just called me, but I'm not in my tool truck. I'm in my take shrimp this place truck.
Yeah, I'm live on YouTube, so watch my clips. Found 7 flatheads. Finally got to a 30.
I'll bring it right back. Thanks, Luke.
All right, boss. You have a good one. All right, guys. Sorry about that. So, all right. Well, now I'm kind of seeing how this is going to work. Now, the real test will be once we do go down beach, if the signal booster is going to help us be able to keep the signal while we're going through it. Right here, I've actually got Wi-Fi set up, which is good because it's not going to eat up all my gigs. That's the other worry that I have. I mean, it's going to be, it could be a very expensive venture to go live all the time and or can do continuous footage like that. I'm still interested in doing it because, I mean, that'd be a great way for y'all to see how the live action is out there when we are in the middle of a shark tournament, and or how quickly we can get it done and so forth. And or maybe y'all will see me bust out the beer and make the magic happen.
Oh,
Just
Lord.
saying, so.
Oh, God.
One of the comments was, you know, how often has it actually happened that I open up a beer and stuff like that. So.
It's a regular thing, guys. Sitting on Bob Hall is even the worst. He says it's time, he cracks open his Budweiser or Land Shark. Next thing you know, there's a rod screaming. Sometimes multiple rods.
Oh yeah.
So we make sure we keep him in Budweiser and Land Shark. We get bored, just tell him to open up a beer, that's it.
It's on. It's on.
That's-
Well, actually, Budweiser was my beer of choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the flavor that I grew up on and so forth. However, when we picked up the sponsorship in that form, they wanted us to push other beers, so they opened the door for us to taste a lot more beers without paying for it, which is great. And that's how we learned about Land Shark and Modelo and all of the other beers as well, because, you know,
Best luck is on Budweiser.
yes, Budweiser has been my best one. Bud Select was also a real good one that I've done a lot of good
That's good for
fishing
the
on.
Kings.
Huh?
That's good for the Kings.
The Kingfish, yes.
Yes.
See?
Land
So,
Shark and Budweiser, if we want something over 6 foot, we just wait for Land Shark and Budweiser to come out, and it's even funnier when he does it without warning. Last tournament, come back, drop, open your beer, 130's going off.
Yep. Literally. He had just gotten to camp, and that was on the Big Bull when I yacked out the 130. It took me forever to get, it's that T one. I'm going to say I tried it yesterday. I don't know if it was because I was eating the cracklings. I was eating some of these before I actually tried the beer, and so I don't think the flavors mixed too well. And I'm sorry, I'm not really a tea drinking person when it comes to like alcohol, not unless it's a Texas tea, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
But yeah, it didn't. Yeah. Now the orange flavor Budweiser, that one was pretty cool. So, yep. Well, glad we have a few guys that can enjoy some suds and still have a great time while fishing. That's always a major concern for us. I mean, you know, yes, we are sponsored by, you know, an alcohol brewing company or the distributors, but it's also too, you got to always maintain a higher level of safety, because, you know, we do have kids around us, we do fish with a lot of families, and so, you know, you can't be out there not knowing what you're doing, you know, especially while shark fishing, because all it takes is somebody with another camera from another phone to make you look very bad, you know. And actually, reality, I mean, you put yourself in that spot. It's the way you always got to look at it. If you are going to be drinking, you know,
Drink responsibly.
you got to drink responsibly. So
Know
that's
your
our major
surroundings.
point there, and that's why we've actually been able to keep our sponsors for going on 6 years now, 7, something like
7, maybe 7.
that. At the least, yes.
Drink responsibly, know your surroundings, especially
Yeah.
before you start drinking. If you're going to drink, don't get out there and kayak your baits after you've had,
Yeah,
you
we
know,
don't.
3 or 4 beers.
Don't
Know your
recommend
limits.
doing that, because once you start drinking and you start trying to kayak baits, you know, you're dehydrating yourself a lot more than you regularly would if you weren't drinking and so forth.
And then your motor skills go out the window.
Very true too. So, but back to leaders. Yes, Bud Light and Bullets, Bull Reds. Yeah, that they do. So, well, still on me. You know, I'm actually doing that keto diet right now and trying to drop weight. I actually went from 232 to about 212 in the last 2 weeks and stuff like that. So I wanted to see if I can drop another 12. Nice. So now I've got the top end of the leader to build. So I'll build. Excuse me. I'll build one real quick. Haven't had my breakfast yet, so I need to probably get off the line with y'all and let y'all get back to fishing or working or whatever y'all were doing. Hey, I'm gonna ask real quick, who can answer of what they're actually doing right now? Are y'all at home? You out and about? You working? Hardly working? But I know we're all wishing on fishing, so. Cut out carbs, Big Al. Beer, well, not beer, but certain types of beer will give you a lot more. Nice one, Tony. The carbs for me is the tortillas, potatoes, bread and stuff like that. I cut out a lot of that, and also too, I don't drink too many sodas. A lot of sugars come off of that and stuff like that. So by me cutting all of that out, I've actually been dropping quite a bit of weight, and I can still eat all the seafood I want. I'm eating fish and shrimp and all kinds of stuff, but you try to stay away from breaded stuff. Boiling it, sauteing it, you know, all kinds of stuff like that. And then also too, pasta. I love pasta. Spaghetti, anything pasta I'm all about. But what I started doing was replacing that with zucchini, and that has been a real big eye-opener for me. And I was looking for my snap swivels, or my snaps. Normally on my casting leaders, I don't use snap swivels, and the reason being because it's not really going through a whole lot of effort on casting. But when I'm doing my big rigs, yes, I do use snap swivels, and actually these are rated for 250 pound on mine, and that's what I'm using. Me too, tinkering a little bit. So I'm trying to go 40. Oh wow! Hey, maybe you need to. I need to look into that, a keto breading for frying fish and shrimp. I'm gonna look into that. I really am, you know, because I love fried food. Come on, guys, you gotta have some grease in your life, man. So let me see. Let me check that out for sure. New phone, so I'm trying to learn how to use it. Keto.
Let's see what we got. Oh, yes, they do.
How y'all doing, guys?
Morning.
I'm actually live on YouTube, but y'all have any questions?
Your ears,
Which
the
ones?
double drop.
Right there. They're right at eye level, right next to the soda machine. Have you ever used them before?
Yeah.
Yeah, got it.
Right out of them.
Oh, okay. You doing any good with them?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to show y'all the new pair of crimpers that I'm using. I got these from Porte Outfitters out of Port Aransas, and they are the Bill Fisher HD 800s. I don't know if y'all have seen them yet, but I mean, look at the thickness on them. What we had been using was the ones we got from Academy, and these actually are a cheap set that come with the sleeves and swivels and all of that. It's like 69 bucks for the whole thing. However, we start to warp them and they don't crimp down as good. So I'm testing these Bill Fishers out, and I've already done about 1,000 liters with the 400-pound test and 600-pound test in the last week. Now, you got to remember, with those sleeves, they're the double minis, which are the long ones. And I'll show you one real quick. So even with the thickness of this crimper, I still have to crimp it twice. So each liter that takes 4 sleeves, I had to crimp twice. So that's 8 crimps per liter, and at 1,000 liters, that's 8,000 times I've already crimped this thing. And so far, I've worn it a little bit right here on the ends of the foam. You can see a little bit of wear right there. But for the most part, I mean, they feel like they're still brand new, and they're still working. And actually, that's what I'm using right now to crimp my 250s. And right here, you can check it out. I'll do it live right here. There you go. And there's a crimp. Let's see if it can. There's a camera, but I guess I'm getting too close. But there you go. That's a double mini crimp. And that's what I like about this size of crimper, is because it's actually perfect width for these smaller crimps, where I can get it all at one time. don't remember if I have, to tell you the truth. Got it done, boss?
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. You have a good one. Yep. So, but I'm always open to going fishing new places, because one year, the year that we had one Sharkathon and got, dealt with that issue. Go back and see. Okay, that's a good question, Big Al. Well, for mono, if you're using just straight mono, you can use the aluminum sleeves for mono, but you cannot use them for cable. Now for me, double minis are the ones that I love to use for everything. I got them from the 0.8, 1.0, 1.3, 1.6, 1.9, and 2.2, and a 2.5. I love them because I can use them for both mono and cable, and also too because they're black. One of the major things in building a leader for me was always hearing about using something shiny you can get cut off. I really didn't believe it until I started getting cut offs on my leaders. You get pretty much everything back, but I never put it on to a line winder and checking out the
whiting rigs left?
Oh no, we're completely sold out of whiting rigs right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can make you a few real quick.
Oh, it takes a few.
Yeah, I'll take like 2 of them.
2 of them. Okay.
I mean, if you're not busy. You're live right now?
Yeah, doing a live video real quick. Let's see. All right. This is going to be pretty interesting. And I don't know if I should show y'all, but I am. Alright, so for our whiting rigs and stuff like that, we have a jig set up. And normally we can do quite a bit of them. Hidden over here amongst all these leaders and everything. Basically, this jig allows me to do the blood knots, which basically makes a snapper rig setup, so I can create my whiting rigs. And there it goes. It allows me to do that. What all my whiting rigs do is they actually have 3 hooks on it. Right here I'm using 25-pound test. So they can go out there and catch quite a bit of fish with them. And also too, by me going live, I'm testing how long I can stay on live before it actually will take me off or whatever. And this will be a good lesson for me for when I'm on the beach running bait as well too. So this is going to be, I'm doing multiple things by keeping y'all online, and I do appreciate y'all watching as well, because this is going to be a very big deal for us, because I know a lot of people have sometimes wondered how long it takes us to run a bait. And that's something that I intend on doing live, getting out there and putting a bait as deep as I can go. Obviously wind, waves, and weather and all of that play a major part in it. But it also too will give y'all a real sense of what it takes and how long it takes for us to do it. I just don't know if y'all are willing to stand by and just watch some guy, one of our teammates. Maybe he can see y'all's questions and be able to answer them at the same time. So, and right now I've already done, you know, multiple of these. So go ahead and get it cut. We'll go back up front and get the. Let's see. My hook set. Hold on, real quick. Oh, sorry, I didn't. Oh, about the baits or about me making the leaders right now? Sorry, guys. I was trying to knock that out and not trying to be too boring on the channel while we're testing this out. Looking for my hooks. See, normally my guys will clean up back here, and I'll be up front, and they'll put away the gear. Yes, we do got to get a little better at staging and putting up our tackle for sure. Actually, I need to ask him which hooks he wanted, because we sell our whiting rigs with either small J hooks, small circle hooks, or kale hooks. On the whiting rigs, did you know which hooks you wanted on them? Circle, kale, or the little J hooks?
What do you recommend?
We've been using what the kale hooks for ours, haven't we?
I've actually used all three of them. The circle hooks, we use 1/0, which are about that big,
Smaller ones.
and those they kind of set themselves too.
That's what I was telling you, just pretty much hook
I'll
himself.
probably just use those. Then.
Okay, all right, give me just a second.
Yeah, they're great for kids.
It's like these
They have
ones.
yeah, but they're smaller. They're great for kids. They'll keep them entertained all day.
But
Yeah,
we'll still be able to pull in the redfish.
Yeah, I got some. I brought a 28-inch one out.
Oh, yeah.
I'm one of those.
Yep,
Put my line up to get bait, laid it in the rod holder, turn around, and I hear something just spinning, and I'll go look over, my spinning rod is screaming out line.
Hopefully we get that look.
I thought I had a really big.
It's looking really pretty out there.
Yeah.
The weather's calmed down
It's
a lot.
perfect.
so-
The wind's
It's
only gonna be
calmed
like
down.
15.
We still do have a slight chance of rain, but that's this evening. But
Fish
come
are already
tomorrow-
wet. It don't
Yeah.
matter.
Come tomorrow and this weekend, it's supposed to be gorgeous.
Yeah.
If I was off, I'd be out there. I'd be out there in a heartbeat.
I'm taking it. I already told my daughter, if you don't see mom's name or mom's word, just keep ignoring the calls. 'Cause I'm not going into work. Today's our day.
Awesome. How you doing, boss?
Pretty good.
What can I help you with?
I'm buying a gift for my best friend's little girl. She's big on fishing.
Okay.
She's about 8.
Okay.
Looking for a pole. You can sell poles?
Yeah, we sell them. They're in the next room over here. And we got the Vexens in the house. They come in both spinning and bait cast. Are you set on a price range? Because most of those are about the $149 range, though.
Is that just for the stick? Not for all of us.
I got some consignment ones right here, like the Tiger rods and stuff, and those are in the like the $40 range. I mean, I don't know what you're looking
I'm
at.
probably looking at like a combo set, somewhere like around $100 range.
Actually, have you heard of Fisherman's Place on here on Ayers?
I live right here behind you, so every day I pass by, I'm like, stop there.
Okay.
More, but the one, like, go back.
Pawn shop.
Down.
Yeah, but with Fisherman's Place, he sells a lot more of the combos that won't cost as much, and they'll be brand new too.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Ayers and Horn?
Yeah, basically, there's more.
Is that where that old barbecue place used to be?
No, you know those shopping centers on the left side, you have the,
you'll no. Okay, like yeah. If you're on Ayers, keep going straight through. It'll be the Acadia Village.
Oh, okay. Where the bingo hall is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's in there?
Yeah, the bingo hall will be all the way to the back. They're on the left-hand side, right there.
Got it.
He's got some pretty good assortment there. All right, guys. All right, now that's another thing too with the fishing communities. You know, we all work together for the most part. there's some guys out there that still don't want to share in everything that's going on, and that's, you know, they got their own thing. But us, I work with all the companies that do business with us, and you know, there's enough for everybody to enjoy. So, gotta do it. I'll tell you one little thing that I have really loved. These plastic cases that are bigger like this, I like them better than the mixed cases that come in, where you have a whole bunch of slots. And the reason being, because when you're dealing with real small items, they tend to get cross-contaminated and stuff like that. And when you're looking for a certain size, it doesn't work out. But I'm putting my snap here, gonna put my bead and hook right here. And what I like to do is use bright colors. I'll have some chartreuse or some pink and orange. I even got some pink and blues, which are pretty cool and stuff like that. The crimps, I use the double minis. And for this leader, I don't use any crimps other than to, if I do, is to tie on the weight or the snap at the very bottom. But since I looped it on this one, it'll be all right.
Some first building, they don't get up. Got bags up here, or are they still out back?
No, they're up here. I gotta use the knife they sent me. Nice.
Doing two.
Yeah, I'm doing two.
I got the smaller bag.
Yep.
There they are.
Y'all know where y'all are gonna go fish at?
Probably like past Bob Hall out there.
On the beach?
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all got fish bites?
Yes, I got some right here.
Oh, okay.
Sandfleet.
Good deal. And actually, watch out with that sand fleet, because we have actually caught shark on that.
Yeah.
Couple of things.
The last time we went, I had a whitey on and it came in with half a chunk missing off of it.
Tax man visited you.
Yeah.
Nice.
I freaking baited it back up and I threw it back out there. I was like, I'm gonna get him this time.
Right.
So that's why I like using the longer ones.
Nah,
That
we'll
just
go.
in case one comes through, he doesn't bite you off. Even though I put the ones that you're taking out to the test.
Yeah.
September, me, the wife, and
I looked it up yesterday, that fishing report like in Corpus, and they said that it's starting to pick up pretty good.
The
I don't have Facebook no more, so I don't really get to see. He has it, so I'm always like, let me see your phone. What's going on out there?
But with those doubles, me, the wife, and the son, we sat on Ball Pier one day. I kept sending him pictures, and he's like, okay. We did.
The day y'all were doing all the sharks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I met you that night. Where basically each leader was holding anywhere from 5 to 7 of them before they finally gave out.
And
That's
that's
small.
y'all were using the three ways, the
Yeah.
redfish rigs.
3-way redfish rig and a couple of double drops.
Yep.
The 3 ways I was getting at least 6 to 7 off of each one, and not little pups. No,
Big one.
2.5, 3/4. The largest one the wife got was a little over 4.
I just
On a three-way
I
rig.
already catch a shark. I thought.
And it was
So only last year we kept them because we went deep sea in April, and we caught like 3 of them, and we kept them, but they filleted them and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
This year we didn't get to make it. He kept telling me, "Come home, come home." Hey, I gotta work. I gotta work, man. I was in Oklahoma. I wanted to come home.
That's why I run that truck out there. We're just down a guy right now, so
I liked it. Deep sea was awesome because you don't have to worry about it. You know you're gonna catch.
Yes and no.
yeah.
I've been on some deep sea.
Yeah.
It's, Yes, I have. 1911. I've done 6 and 7 footers. I haven't done nothing bigger than that, but only because that's not one of my spots that I normally just go to. Takes a little more traveling distance, and sometimes we're too greedy to get out there that we don't make the farther trips to get to those other spots and stuff like that. I hear you, Big L. Yeah, for a long time I stayed away, but when I started realizing it would help me in my business, that's when I started dealing with Facebook. But then it was also a learning curve. All the haters came out in droves, you know, to troll against you and stuff like that. So I had to also learn how to deal with all of them as well. So, yeah, it was a learning curve on that. So I missed that last comment, guys. Sorry about that. But if I'm not answering your comments and they disappear on me, it normally pops up on the next one when somebody else comments. Or if I still haven't addressed it too, you can do a super chat and donate, and it'll actually keep it up there until I can address the comment and clear it off the screen. So that may be a suggestion for y'all as well, which will also help us as well, because the whole reason too behind us starting the YouTube channel, besides doing the knowledge, was we donate a lot of fishing trips to like Big Brothers Big Sisters, community events where they need to raise money, and we'll donate a fishing trip, but that normally comes out of our pocket. By us starting the YouTube channel, we're starting to make a little bit of money off of it, which will in turn help pay for those trips, which will in turn get us to pass more knowledge. So it's a hand-in-hand kind of deal. So it will all go for a good cause at the end of the day. So just food for thought for y'all guys. And I've just created 2 of the whiting rigs real quick right in front of y'all. So y'all got to see that. Y'all got to see me make some cast out leaders and answer a few questions. So I don't know how long I'm going to let this live feed go, but we're at about an hour and 18 minutes now. So if y'all are still down to watch, I'm still down to go live. So give us a heads up if it's good to go. If y'all have any more questions, we can still keep going. I got no worries on it. But this will definitely be something I'm going to have to test out once we do go down beach on those feeds there. Because another thing too, how long is the phone going to last being on? So let me ring them up real quick. And y'all can check out our gator lure selection real quick.
Oh, they're awesome.
Yep. That'll be a spoon that if y'all want to mess around with trout and reds and stuff like that in the surf, those spoons are
Skipjack.
really nice. Yeah.
I tore up skipjack on a 3 ounce.
How heavy are these ones?
2 ounce.
Those are 2 ounce
I'll
ones.
take one of these. He has one on there, but I know these will go further.
Oh yeah.
I'll take one. He likes that. He likes the luring.
No, these things are. I was out at the jetty. It's been a little while, about 3 weeks now. Watched a bunch of mullet popping.
And you know these are single drops, right?
Yeah. Started chunking out there. I see the skipjack really busting the water coming up. You know, skipjack. Big old 26 plus inch skipjack. Just chunking them out and whipping them in.
Cut bait? Are they good
Yeah.
for cut bait?
I use
Oh,
them for
yeah.
redfish and shark.
Yes, sir.
You want to have a blast with some shark, put a skipjack on there.
Yeah, especially at the jetty. We were hooking up. And every time we put a piece of skipjack on, it was gone. It's
Yep.
real quick. So you're at 55.18.
It's a blast. I like using the head. Me and him usually have to fight over the head. We got a thing for
I got thicker bags for these, so that way.
Appreciate you guys.
Yes, sir. Good luck out there. You need a receipt or anything?
You can just text it. You have my number.
Oh, we don't store the gear. Store that. Good to go.
Thank you guys.
All right, guys. Good luck out there.
Yes, sir.
Gotta love it when parents are taking their kids fishing. They're not stuck on the Xbox.
Taking his son and daughter out. She's out waiting in the truck.
Oh, okay. I heard a
what-
little bit of it, but
That's why you got the whiting reef for, is for her to have some fun, because she's got her little spinning rod.
Oh, it's gonna be nice.
That's why I asked if we had any made.
Good deal. Good deal.
Told him how to use them, gave him a quick example, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna put that in for her.
And actually, our whiting rigs, we've actually done double reds on them in the 22, 25, 28.
I've got a 28.
Yep.
Right on the nose of 28.
They're made to catch small bait, but they are perfect for catching regular sized fish.
And the last thing is he did not swallow the hook. I got him right in the jaw.
Oh, the circle hook ones?
Yeah. Circle hook one right in the jaw.
Good deal. Good deal. Okay, now back to. Oh, sorry guys. I know I'm probably gonna hurt a few of y'all with the yawn and stuff like that. Is current speed more important than tide? That is a real good question. If there is no current, I don't see any fish. But when there's too much of a crazy current, it can definitely change up the way you are going to fish if you're trying to catch bait and stuff like that. But for us, if there's no current, there's no fish. I mean, you're just sitting out there keeping baits in the water. I've actually had a shrimp sit out there for about 10 hours and not even get perched out. So yes, current is important. Crazy current, crazy fish. That's all I gotta say. I mean, and not sometimes not in a good way, in a bad way, because you literally got to keep casting, or you're using such a heavy weight that you're not checking it as often. So occasionally the really, really big fish will come in and hit at that time or so forth. So, and I've got some guys sending some PMs through Messenger, but I'm here on YouTube with you guys. So thanks again. Yes. And for these smaller leaders, I really don't have to do the offshore loop. I'm doing the single mini crimp like that. The only time I've ever doubled them up is if I know the guys that we ship the leaders to in Florida. It would be the only time I've actually doubled up a leader. And the reason being because they're using them on grouper and they're straight locking them down. But for 5 and 6 foot sharks over here, a single crimp has worked just fine for us. I've pulled them straight to the beach, and even that 4.5 foot wingspan stingray that I pulled off the bottom, that one was caught on one of these leaders too. So if it can hold them, I definitely got no worries of it holding anything else too. So, but only with the double mini crimp. If you're using the single barrel sleeves, I do not recommend those because, like I said, they're only crimping from the outside. And actually, I'm gonna show you a quick little close-up of what these sleeves are actually doing as I crimp them. The good thing is I'll have the gimbal there that can hold the phone steady so you can see it, because what ends up happening with these double minis, as the crimper takes hold, it cinches it down in the middle, and then it'll start to crush on the outside. So in reality, you're getting 2 single barrels together to hold all the way around on your cable and your monofilament. So that's food for thought as well.
How's the tough line working out?
The what?
The tough line?
I'm really gonna put the tough line to the test this weekend. I've got to spool up multiple reels over here, and with the I'm gonna leave the backing of the Jerry Brown as backing there only because I only got a certain amount of the tough line in. It's just, you know, I mean, that's where the most wear and tear is gonna be, is on the top end that's gonna be in the water along the fish or tied to the leader. So this will be a great opportunity to find out where it's gonna go and how quickly, or virtually suppress everything. And if everything goes as planned, it should be a little bit cheaper than the Jerry Brown in the long run for everybody in the initial cost and then overall savings. So that is something we're definitely looking forward to. I'm just gotta find out why I'm not getting my emails, and I actually did a Google search yesterday, and I'm not the only one with that problem. It's just they're talking about you have to shut your whole email down, delete it, reset it, and stuff like that, but not, I don't think it means you lose everything in there. If any of y'all have any knowledge behind that and what I can do to get that corrected, then let me know. Yes, I got 80-pound in-house right now, and
Just save me a little. I found an MXL in a pawn shop again. Brand new inbox. Raptor.
yeah, there's some times when you can hit the pawn shops and find the right deal.
Guy said he didn't like it, so he basically pawned it and didn't bother to get it out. Picked it up for under 300.
Wow. The 80-pound is sitting right at 27 cents a yard, which is about 2 cents cheaper right now than the Jerry Brown is to get 80-pound test.
Yeah, I'll probably go with the 60 on that MXL. Just for line capacity.
Let's see what we got here. A lot of times some guys will send me some info on right now, that was one of the things I did a little while ago. I'm using the Bill Fisher HD 800s, but too, on these, they're real wide. So if you're using them for mono, I don't recommend them. And the reason being because they encompass the whole sleeve to where it doesn't flare out, which ain't good for monofilament. When you do these crimps, you need to have a little bit of flare. So that's when I'll go back to the cheaper brand right here and use these. And these, like I said, they come in the kits at Academy, where they have the swivels, the sleeves, the thimbles and stuff like that, so you can make your own leaders for like offshore rigging and stuff like that. Granted, I don't use any of the thimbles or sleeves or anything like that. Well, I mean, I use sleeves, but not the thimbles and those Teflon thimbles as well for any of my leaders, because they normally don't last long enough for you to use them.
No, man, none of that.
Now, if you're offshore fishing, the vibration of it being trolled, that's where you'll want to use those metal thimbles and stuff like that, and Teflon thimbles as well too, because that will absorb most of the wear and tear, so that way your leader doesn't go to crap and stuff. I need him to get a hold of me. I've sent several messages. We actually talked. He's been working like crazy is what he told me. So yeah, we definitely need to get him out there and get him on some shark as well. And that's gonna be a really good trip there, because he's gonna be putting in a lot of knowledge of what he has experimented with down in Florida, and we're gonna put him on sharks over here in Texas, which is gonna be a great thing. He still doesn't have much confidence, but y'all gotta get on his channel and let him know. You gotta hurry up and come with us. So get with JD, tell him, go fishing with Team Heart Life. If y'all don't know, we've got big trucks and big RVs. We are taking them shark fishing here pretty soon. So if y'all want to see that through his channel as well, because you know he's gonna have his bit of input, I'm gonna have mine as well, and we definitely would love to see it all come together and stuff like that as we put it to it. So I'm man, I need an energy drink. But the beautiful thing, I'm not drinking caffeine and stuff like that, but I started trying this keto cuts, and actually that's my energy drink right there, which works really well. I stop yawning and everything, and it also helps me to accomplish the goal of losing a little bit of weight, because I got tired of bending over and trying to tie my shoe and losing my breath. It was not good. So all right, Tony, you have a good one, boss. Have a good day, and we'll see you on the next one. And I think this may be something we can kind of do every other day or something like that, depending on work situation and stuff. Definitely would love to have basically more in-house customers. That's pretty good. That's pretty good stuff. It got a raspberry flavor to it, which is nice. Nice. And we're at 1 hour and 30 minutes, which is good. That will at least encompass me going to drop off the bait. Now, coming back through the surf, I need to see if it will still handle all of that. This will be a good, really good way for people to understand, you know. know, when we yak bait, it ain't, you know, a quick and easy deal, and it ain't for the faint of heart, for sure. I mean, you gotta be prepared if you're gonna get out there and you want to go that distance to be able to do put forth the effort. Now, granted, that was some questions that were asked on there as to why do we run so far and stuff like that. Well, for the last decade or so of running baits, we've already tried everything inshore, and we haven't gotten into the crazy monster sized sharks that we're looking for. But also too, I know, yes, I do need a jet ski. One of my buddies was talking about one, so if anybody has a lineup on getting a good used jet ski, let me know. We're definitely interested in looking for one, but it's still something that you know, we've tried using a jet ski, got one bait out, then it breaks down on us, and then, you know, using a jet ski or any kind of powered device, it's got a learning curve to it. And, you know, I, for one, would love to go with guys that have been doing it for years and stuff like that. There's several groups that are very good at what they do. I mean, they definitely put bait out, they definitely put forth the effort. You know, granted, it is with the jet ski, you know, but it's still a dangerous price. And you're looking at 28 cents per yard on the 100-pound tough, which is 1 cent cheaper than the Cherry Brown right now, because they actually went up in their pricing as well and trying to New Spark, is that a name of a jet ski? Sea-Doo Spark. Oh, okay. Is it a 2-seater or 1-seater? Sorry, I'm asking questions instead of doing the research myself, but I do appreciate the knowledge too. Like I said, there's one of the things about the channel, you know, that we're going to ask back and forth, and I definitely, it helps us out so I can kill two birds with one stone, learn and still keep working while I'm here. What I want to do here, probably at the 3,000 subscriber mark, can fit two, but wobbly and surf. Ooh, okay, so it's more of a one-person kind of deal. I'm thinking that once we get closer to the 3,000 subscriber or the 5,000, to do a big old meet and greet on the beach. I've actually got another couple of subscriber channels that we would love to get together and do a big old fishing deal out on the beach to have some fun, share some stories, some knowledge, and you know, I want to see everybody's input. It would be nice to get as many people out here as we can, and that way too, maybe we could do the big giveaway there. What are y'all think? I'm liking that.
That'd be a good idea. Do it live too.
Yep, and then we can go live again for those that can't make it. You know, maybe they can do it. That's my leader with carabiner handles. So you're still towing the bait in the water. You're not putting it in. Where's your shop at? My shop is in Corpus Christi, Texas. Our address is 1902 South Padre Island Drive. Our shop number is 361-215-6535. I missed that last message. They come up and go pretty quick. They come up on the screen for about 3 to 5 seconds, if that, because sometimes I'm not even getting through the whole message and it's clearing off. So again, too, like I said, if I'm not answering your question or I miss it, feel free to do a super chat, you know, and donate 5 cents, 10 cents, $1, $10. Hey, I won't say no to any kind of money coming in, and that way I can get your questions answered for sure, because this is, like I said, you know, there's a lot of that gets put into the videos and stuff like that, and sometimes I'll go overboard on the answers, and I'd rather go overboard because that was one of the things that I learned with my son when he was asking the questions of why. I kind of bypassed a whole part of his life of why, by answering him to the fullest effect that I could have with the amount of knowledge I had. And a lot of times too, I would tell him, hold on, Papa, and I'd get on my phone and I would use Google. There you go. Do you have anything like a bungee cord to keep that closed just in case you do fall off the jet ski? Or do you just, well, it's in the carabiner, so it would still stay locked in, but then it would be in the water with you. Sorry, I think a lot, you know, I get. Let's see. I don't know about y'all, but I really do love another portion of these leaders why I really like them. The smaller cables like this instead of going with the heavy mono. Is that when I started casting, I noticed I got improved distance, and it doesn't seem like much, but if y'all heard the story of the Storytelling Thursday, that was one of the things I noticed too when I was using the big heavy leaders, 400-pound mono, 600-pound cable and stuff like that in a mix. I was so used to throwing those that I got great distance, but when I dropped down to this 250-pound coated cable in comparison, let's see, that's 400. Or sorry, no, that's 600 and that's 250. So as it flew through the air, I got a little bit more increased distance on that, and that's when too I noticed that I was getting a lot more hookups. I think I want to say that weekend we did 25 plus 5-foot sharks on 1 leader, which is, now that's a great day of fishing. I do have to admit, that is a great day. So, especially because we had the kids out there and everything. And just a heads up, we will be on Bob Hall Pier for Father's Day weekend. I'll be getting out there Friday and will not leave till Sunday. I got a lot of the family coming out and stuff like that, kids, and we're gonna do it up again. See if I can get my kiddos on their personal best sharks. One of them is already sitting at 6.5 foot. So it was either 6.5 or 7.5. I forgot we catch so many, it's nice, but I do have that picture on Facebook as well, and that was in collaboration with the Texas Shark Slayers. One of the team captains, you know, heard it was my son's birthday that same day, which fell on June 19th, which was Father's Day, and so he had his team help me wear down my son and catching as many sharks as we could that day, which was a pretty awesome feeling, you know, to see these younger generation fishermen growing up to the young men they are and still passing on the knowledge, and also to the knowledge of sharing the catch. You know what I mean? You know, everybody goes out there to catch fish, but for them to, you know, come up with that idea to put my son on, you know, his birthday fish for the day was pretty awesome. You know, and I still haven't forgot the feeling of standing back and just recording while he was guiding my son, who's landed a lot of fish, but too, sometimes it does help to have somebody behind you, have your six while you're landing a big fish, to give you an idea of what's coming or what they see before you say you trip over something or something like that. And that's always a real positive thing, and that was truly the highlight of, that's one of the biggest highlights of my career. I mean, yes, I've got big sharks under my belt and stuff like that, but sometimes it's the little things like that that are, in my book, not so little. They're pretty big, pretty heartfelt, and most memorable and cherished moments in life. So again, like I said, that was pretty awesome, and we're looking to go out there and do that again. And man, we did a lot of fish that weekend. It was crazy. It was awesome. So y'all can make a breakaway and come meet us. We'll be out there for sure. Still building leaders, and what I'm doing is, you can see I'm stacking them over here in the back. I finally feel like a meteorologist when they're doing that, like, hey, the weather's coming in over here kind of deal. Yeah. So how many are still online? Let me get a head count real quick, guys. I definitely want to ensure I'm not talking to myself, which normally used to when I do videos, but still, it's all good. My first one was made out of wood, and I didn't get to the message right after that one after Big Al's when we made our shark rack. First one I made out of 2x4s and some plywood. A buddy of mine helped me screw it together and also use I forget what kind of wire it was, but it's used to do a lot of banding, not banding, but you know, where they can put a lot of twist into it, and it kind of has a little bit of a stretch, but it gets stronger as it does stretch. I forget the name of it, but it was pretty good stuff. Went out there, didn't catch anything, but it was a trip that I prepped out for that Sharkathon tournament. I mean, I've gone through some crazy evolutions in our shark fishing career with that tournament and stuff like that. And again, we're still going to be doing it. We're still going to be posting up ways for our customers to win extra goodies and stuff while they're using our product and wearing our shirts for weighing and so forth. So last year we had the second place in men's division, and I think second place in the females division as well. That also got the place. So that's pretty good. Can somebody do a bump real quick to bring up the comments again? Because I know there's two more right after Big Al's. I didn't get to see or answer those. Ran into the same issue with small bungee. Would probably make it much more severe. Oh, okay. Oh, for the jet ski running and stuff like that. Sweet. Thank you guys for doing that for me. So, well, that's something that I'm really gonna have to look into. Maybe if I were to do this on a computer and get the little camera deal and stuff like that, I can actually do a little bit more, but maybe on the phone it's automatically doing that. Has anybody actually done any live YouTube videos of their own like this and seen where it would help? Y'all have? Allergies are kicking my butt. You see me rubbing my nose a lot. Like,
oh man, it's because you want to go fishing, you can smell the fish.
I like his idea better. Yeah.
If you want to go fishing, you can smell the fish.
He says, no, it's because I want to go fishing. I can smell the fish. That's why I keep rubbing my nose. So, yeah. I like his explanation better. I do have to agree. So,
But co-captain Sport go with the better one.
yeah. Good co-captain. Good co-captain. You know what, guys? Here in just a second, I'm going to run down my rods, my casting rods that I'm going to take. And obviously with certain tournaments, they have rod limits, but the beautiful thing about most of the tournaments now, that even though you have rod limits, we still take extra rods, because the rod limit means that that's the amount of rods you can fish with. Turn your phone upright, and I'm going to stay on the bottom of the screen. Okay. Well, the reason I haven't done that here is because I'm going live on the YouTube channel. I didn't want to have a whole bunch of dead space on the right or left side, and that's why I started recording this way. I don't know if that plays a part in live videos for other people to watch, or how this is going to play out in the YouTube channel once it does post, but it'll definitely, like I said, I needed to do this so that way I knew what I was working with on Saturday when we start to run bait, rig bait, and get the not jet skis, but the kayaks going. We are going to be using an Old Town 14-foot pedal drive kayak, as well as an Ocean City or an Ocean pedal drive 12-foot kayak for this tournament. We usually take two with us because depending on who's running deep or who's running shallow, we can run 2 baits at a time or 4 baits at a time, just depending on the amount of wind and waves. I mean, if it's nice and calm, then we'll be able to run 2 or 3 baits at a time and make short work of our kayaking time in the water. But still, I mean, I know I'm still gonna put at least 1 bait deep. And the reason I'm doing that too, I know I kind of did a little explanation earlier about it, but have you seen all the tagged great whites that keep coming in the Gulf? That just gives you an idea of what is being tracked. Does not give you an idea, an actual accurate count of what or how many great whites are in the Gulf.
Also shows that our water temperatures are changing to suit them better.
Yep, that is a major thing, you know. That
They're like that warmer water. That means our water out deep is not getting as high as it normally does.
well, warmer water or colder water? I want to say they're a cold.
Yeah, they like it a little warmer, not the high temp warmer. They like that moderate and down into cold. That means, you know, our 800-yard drops are a lot warmer than they like. Yeah, because they're tracking, what, 1,000, 1,500 yards offshore from beach.
From the beach, which I know
So-
I can hit them distances. They hard to wait till Saturday for the beach edition. Yes, sir. PDFs, always PDFs. And actually, too, I bought this a nice top vest. It's like a 2 mil or 3 mil zip up neoprene vest, and the reason I bought that for is because there are times when we go out there in big waves and the cold water, as soon as it hits your chest, it makes you suck in water and stuff like that, and that's not really a good feeling when you're trying to put forth all the effort and you got water going down your lungs and you're coughing and gagging and trying to still break through the surf and stuff. But that, along with the vest, will still give me a lot of free range of motion, which I really do anticipate to help us out greatly while we're still kayaking. But one of our team members is wanting to get us a jet ski, which will be a great addition to helping us out during tournaments where, jet ski is going to be a great addition with keep baits in the water once we're all done. And so
They can change out
for a knife and flares and all of that, no, I don't. When I'm on the kayak, and that could be something that definitely should look into on carrying or finding a way to get it on the kayak so it's always there with us. But a lot of times too, when you flip over and when you do need a knife like that, it's going to be real hard to get to if you're hooked up to a leader where you have to let go of the kayak anyways. Now, granted, you can still get to the kayak, but
That's what we use the long line clips to break free.
that is true.
That's
why
why
we
we don't hook our baits up in front with us to minimize, the likelihood. It's still going to happen. I've been wrapped. I know you've been wrapped.
Oh yeah, I've been wrapped up. Did I cut too many orange? I know I had one. Counted them. Oh, probably don't have hooks on. Yeah, can you see in the back if I have any more of the 13 ounce? They should be right there on the table.
And so
Well, guys, we're coming up on an hour and 50 minutes. I hope I've kept y'all at least semi-entertained. Definitely getting hungry. I haven't had breakfast this morning. But
I'm eating.
well, no, just leave them there for right now. I need to finish off these leaders that already have hooks in tailed. So,
And that probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Something we just actually strap to the kayaker himself instead of to the kayak. Like something like a diver's line.
yep. That'd be something we're definitely going to look into, Big Al, for sure. Going to bomb the 130. That's the whole point. That I've done.
Mom is not.
I ran it out, and I think I only got out like 1,800 this last one, and that's where I got that 7-foot bull, which again, like I said, some guys were questioning why go so far out there on bombing a 130 when you can catch sharks up close. Well, that weekend, after talking to all the shark fishermen that were actually putting jet ski bait out and kayaking and stuff like that, the closest bait that got hit was 1,400 yards that weekend. And so the guys I talked to, I mean, these are experienced jet skiers. They've been shark fishing a while, and they're good at estimating their distances as well too. So, you know, we definitely saw it because we had baits less than 1,400, and none of them got touched. They hardly even got perched out, and we have a feeling it was because of that cold water influx that came in. What we have also seen too, Craig, on kayak and baits is they use those replacement cork tops that you can buy like at Hobby Lobby or Joann's, and put those corks on the barbs of your hooks and stuff like that, and you can actually reuse them if you can save them. If not, the only bad thing about doing the corks is if the bait falls off the kayak when you get rolled, then you got corks on your hooks, so that's one of the drawbacks of it.
There's your orange.
Ah, there they are. Yeah. I knew I had them here somewhere. I got to move in my tackle and I couldn't find my orange drops where I had already put the hook section on and had accounted for the cables that I needed to cut to make the full leader. As you can see, the leader stack is growing in the back right there.
That's just for this weekend?
No, there's for the wall.
Wall.
I made a whole bunch right there already, but still, I do like these 6-footers, and I'll be taking these too. One of the things that I do, one of my preparation deals for the tournament is I'll go through my tackle box that we use to go to tournament and then figure out how many liters. Oh, I was gonna say braid. I was like, why would you put it in ice chest? Oh, it is. Oh, I made my drink and didn't even start drinking it. Nice. So that's what it looks like when it's mixed up that keto drink, which is nice.
Yeah, I started doing the same thing. Started taking Alpha 1.
The what?
I started taking Alpha 1. Filled with energy and everything.
Well, that and help lose the extra weight and stuff like
Yeah,
that. 'Cause
it actually has worked. I've dropped about 8 pounds already in the last 30 days.
nice.
These pants used to actually fit me really, really well, but now it's like,
Also, a side note, what I've been testing out too with, I started going to rocks and getting into, actually with the protein shakes, I don't do a protein shake itself. I've actually done the keto replacement diet deal, this one. And then also too, to help with my metabolism and stuff like that, because I've seen where it has dropped off big time. I mean,
that's why I switched to the Alpha 1. It has everything in there. Instead of having 2 of them,
Mhm.
it's got your metabolism. It's got a booster in it for testosterone. And it helps balance out your weight. And it's actually keto friendly. I get it from Rock, because I know the guy over there.
yeah.
We do a lot of towing for him. He told me to come in. It's a little on the expensive side. But that one you cycle out 8 weeks on, 2 weeks off.
No, started with those right now, and so I'm gonna finish through them and stuff like that. It just, like I said, when I was in high school, I weighed 189 pounds as a senior, but I was actually bench pressing 395. So my intent is to get down to that weight and start building up my endurance for upper body and pull-ups and sit-ups and all of that too, so that way I can keep playing with the kids. You know, these guys are getting bigger and getting a little heavier to pick up and, you know, play with in certain sports and stuff. And, you know, I definitely want to be around for a while longer to still be energetic with them and stuff like that. So
I just made it to 45 a couple weeks ago.
you're old.
Yeah.
So mean.
Yeah, but who out kayak a 19-year-old at Beachmasters?
Yeah. My kids make fun of me because I've got one of them, the door jam pull-up deals. When I first started trying to do pull-ups, and mind you, being in the Marine Corps, I used to do up to anywhere from 26 to 33 dead hang pull-ups in the Marine Corps. And when I tried to do one, like I said, it was about a month, maybe 2 months ago, I couldn't even get one up. And I was really mad at myself because that means I really fell off and stuff like that. Can you give me just a second? Hard Life Weight and Tackle. What's up, boss? Yeah, we are. I'm just still getting some leaders together and stuff like that, and the weights. So. Yeah, y'all got the leaders, but my guys, I'm waiting for my relief to get here so I can take off because I don't want to close shop. Actually, let me call him, find out where he's at, and then I'll let you know. Okay. Oh, my relief needs to hurry up and get here.
I figured Jeff would already be here.
Well, normally he's been coming in at 12, but lately I've been pulling him in earlier.
Oh. I even got Dottie on weight gainer, the MRE.
The what?
Dottie said he get that MRE weight gainer.
What is that?
It's a powder. It's basically protein shake with higher in fat.
Oh, for Dottie?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't need that. I think I got enough of it. Between that and we cut down our smoking since we don't smoke inside no more.
How's that going for you?
Actually, it's going a lot better. No, I'm not, when I'm at home, I don't smoke as much.
Nice.
Hardly, I might go out 3 times a day, 4 times a day.
Mm.
I smoke more when I'm out working.
Yeah.
But like when I get up places like this, I stop. I don't take my cigarettes out.
Good deal. Co-captain, him and his wife have also looked into curbing their smoking habit. And
Well, I'm down from 3 packs a day down to a pack and maybe pack and a quarter.
so from 3 down to a pack and a quarter or a pack a day. Very nice.
I can actually tell the difference. Now, this has been ongoing since January when I started, and in 6 months I can start telling the difference now. I can actually walk up and sit the stairs without having to stop halfway up going.
Mind you, too, you know,
And I'm a rougher operator.
Jesse has also yacked his own baits as well, too. So that for him to take the initiative to slow down or curb his smoking habit is going to be a great thing to help him when we do get into other tournaments and stuff like that. So I missed that last post, Big Al. What was that? Hold on real quick, guys. Hard Lights Bait and Tackle. No, we don't, but we're right across the street from Walmart where you can pick up your fishing license from. Awesome. Well, come up. Okay, we'll see you in a little bit, boss. Oh, that live, smoke to live. Have you heard of that?
I haven't heard that. Well, that's where can I find that at? Is it online or is it something you can get at Walmart or CVS, GNC, or one of those places?
He just commented on it, so let's see. And I probably, instead of live, it's probably smoke to live instead of.
Same thing. Smoke to live, smoke to live,
Right.
smoke to dish.
Okay, so I could see where the comments are right there on the secondary phone. Yes, okay. Good deal. Well,
Where can it be found at?
well, we broke 2 hours, guys, and thank you very much because it hasn't felt that long. I don't know about y'all, but it's say Google search it.
Google search it. Alright.
But yes, the looks like we'll be able to encompass for sure getting a bait ran out if I do go deep because, like I said,
Yeah.
Okay, when I go deep. So
I've set up on a rack for over an hour and 40 minutes while you were running it. Dropping it over $2 grand.
well,
Well, reason I do you drop it, 'cause I find saw this bright yellow dot coming in about 1,000 yards. Oh, he dropped it. Okay.
yeah.
I'm gonna say hi to the rigs.
I'm gonna get out there. What I'd like to do is get one of them GPS coordinate deals, also too. Oh, excuse me. Get that attached to the kayak because I don't know if they're waterproof or not, but it'll be an app that's attachable to your phone, and they'll be able to tell us exactly how far out we are, and maybe we can start pinpointing where we're dropping our baits. And that would be really, really nice. So I'm waiting on a call back from one of our sponsors on that. And normally I have been using the Pedal Drive 14 Old Town kayak and or the 12-foot Ocean Pedal Drive kayak. And the reason I switched out to those two because I've tried the Hobie kayaks and we actually kept breaking them in the surf because we were putting too much pressure on them to get them to break through the big waves and stuff like that. And I mean, we were paying out big time for the shear pins on the rudder. We've actually busted the chains or the teeth on the bottom end. We've bent the shafts coming in, even though we've got them stowed in the up position. When the kayak gets turned sideways, it hits the sand, and we believe that those pins were still getting caught in the sand, and that's why they were bending and we were shearing them off.
Or just losing a drive.
Yeah. And we've actually lost a pedal drive out of Hobie as well too, so that was not fun because that was some heavy surf and everything else, and trying to go back and find it didn't work. So if somebody got lucky and they found one, you can thank us later. So does it tell you how many people were watching on there?
Yeah, I got 11.
11. Okay. So, nice. Well, this is a good starter video for everybody.
Man, it's supposed to be a weekly, BS session.
Yeah, we need to set that up for sure. I'm really interested in this live session to talk with everybody and just, maybe it'll be a Monday deal, or, maybe set it up to where it's late afternoon when everybody's getting off of work. So that way we can kind of go over some things that happened over the weekend and or what's coming up for the week and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It'd be
Maybe do a few live ones on the beach, while we're out there or something.
that's what we're already planning on doing for Saturday. That's why I'm testing to see how long I can go with this.
See how long the battery's gonna last and see if you can get a full drop in.
Yep. That and
Well, I was trying to go to China,
Close if you've lost any of your habits in the surf. No, I haven't. I've not lost one of mine in the surf yet.
That's all Bruce from a few times.
Gotten close. We've gotten seen where the PVC was going down like that, and we came running up right as it came up and hit the floor. But no, we haven't lost one in the surf. We've had our customers actually lose them in the surf, brought them back, and we've actually sent them back to Avid, and they were under warranty and had all their bearings, drag washers, and everything cleaned out and returned back to them, and no charge. So that's one of the other reasons why we have stuck with using Avid reels over any of the other companies, because they'll put back on to you for sure. So, which I mean, it's rightfully so, but at the same time too, sometimes putting forth a little bit more customer service like that is awesome as well. So
Yeah,
we got to give them
sometimes they're
props.
more real than Rod can handle.
Yeah. Well, I'm almost done with the leader setups that I have here. I just got another box of drops for my hooks, so I can knock all this out. And then we'll go stage to wall so you can see more of the leaders as well on what we have available right now in the different sizes and lengths. And definitely go from there. But one of the things I do want to do later today, if I can get the chance to, is go and try and get some skipjack. Definitely need some for this weekend. That's the wrong one.
Well, they've been pretty thick over at the 4-day jetty, first cut. They've been chasing the finger mullet.
Is there a lot of mullet running out
Oh,
there?
yeah, a lot of finger mullet about yay big, and there's been some ponies and a bigger skipjack towards the evening, around 4 or 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
And it's dark,
Yeah.
slamming the heck out of the gator spoons.
Looks like we may have to make an afternoon
and
trip to go out
They're
there.
bigger around than somewhere bigger than my forearm. About 22 to 24 inches. Smallest one I got 3 weeks ago was 16.
Mhm.
Largest one went, I think it was 21 and a half. The guys next to me were slamming some 22
Oh, I
and
missed
23s.
it. What was the last comment tonight?
My wife got me a Seagull surf grill. Guess I wasn't in a doghouse for his birthday.
Well, that's always a good thing not to be in the doghouse. Oh, a Siegler? Yeah. We've been hearing about those lately. I haven't gotten any experience in using them myself, but we hear some pretty good things about them so far. I just, I'm still in the boat of unwilling to spend a crazy amount of money on a reel. That if I can get one in comparison or that's comparable to it, then I'm still doing that. That's why I kind of also got into the Abbots as well, and I've stuck with them just because they are able to do so much but not cost a crazy arm and a leg in comparison to other reels on the market of that same size or caliber. They're not coming for us. And I do have to say, yesterday, driving through town, I don't know what it was, but I saw a ton of state troopers out and about yesterday. They were out in force.
Oh yeah, they're picking up this year. They're at zero tolerance for some reason right now.
For everything?
For everything. Make sure you got your seatbelt on. Do not break the speed limit. They're pulling everybody over. State troopers will be working our stretch all the way out to the island now.
Nice.
There are too many road rage issues.
Okay.
They are at a zero tolerance. It's automatic ticket.
Well, there you go, guys. You heard it
If you're
here.
running 358, if you're in Corpus, make sure you stay within that speed limit. Because they are at zero tolerance. State troopers are working it.
There you go.
Along with CCPD. They're not going to put up with nothing this year, this summer. They've already put it out there, zero tolerance.
For road rage, speeding, and all of that.
Yep,
There
they
you go.
catch you, they even think it looks like road rage, they're pulling you over. You weave it in and out, they're going to pull you over.
Well,
Then along with all the accidents we had in the last 48 hours, yesterday alone, there was 22 accidents in Corpus.
jeez. Yeah, I saw a lot of accidents yesterday. I was driving to and from, making deliveries and stuff like that, and I probably passed up 4 different accidents at any given time.
Well, the
throughout
bad
the
one in
day.
the bluff yesterday on the access road took out a telephone pole. So the crews are out there right now replacing a big high line. They cracked the pole. This umbrella did. And it was caused by speed, and the state troopers worked that one. Man went to jail.
Wow.
They sent out dispatches to all of us last night.
Well, there you go, guys. Y'all heard it here. You know, watch your limit. Try not to let your anger get the better part of you if you're out there.
A few extra minutes get in there ain't gonna hurt you guys. I can tell you that now. I've been running records for 15 years and picking up wrecks. It's not worth it.
Are y'all able to hear my co-captain as he's talking over here on the side?
Yeah, we actually do fish without kayaking baits, cast outs.
Yes, yes. Okay, good deal. Thanks a lot, Big Al. And yeah, we there's times when we will walk a bait out and you know, if we're on the pier, I've been known to hand chunk a large Jack Crevalle or cow nose off the side of the pier because there's been multiple times where I've actually seen big tigers and big hammers right behind the back of the tee. And I mean, I'm talking monsters, 12 foot plus. And actually, a few days before that big monster hammer that was caught a few years ago was caught down beach, I saw one on the back handrail, and out of respect for the shark, I didn't pitch my MXL Raptor because I didn't, you know, it would have been a crazy run. He would have smoked the reel, no doubt, but at the same time too, I couldn't bring myself to pitch the bait. It would have been a nice one. It would have been a crazy, crazy run, which I think this year I'm still going to do it though. That'll be a crazy live video just to see a reel get smoked off in a few minutes.
Well, the nice thing about even us casting, we have the abilities to cast greater distance with the gear that we use.
Yes, sir. Not having to thumb the reel for us has been a good improvement.
It's a hard habit to break.
It's improved our casting ability to get a little further in rougher conditions, as well as by using the braid, we're not inclined to worry about the size of bait or weight that we're using. We still would kayak or cast it out.
Yeah, now if you just quit beating North Korea and China, you know, they're getting mad about that.
It says I need to start getting a passport on my leaders. And actually, yes, the MXL MC are a great reel, but if you're going to be using the single speeds and stuff like that, we wouldn't really recommend that. What's up, boss?
Yeah, you kind of want to stay away from the single. Two-speed Raptors are great, also love them.
The invoice for the leader? I can take an extra one, yes. Okay, yeah, I'll bring an extra receipt. I mean, an invoice. Yeah, and I'll also apply the
I also like
the
casting,
discount for the other hooks too, as well.
The SX MC Raptor. That's a great one to cast.
No, he hasn't replied to me just yet, so not okay. Oh, busy. One of my tackle shops is bought into our casting leaders, and so what they want to do is they love the amount of variety of leaders that we have to offer. However, we need to be able to, or we're going to go over there and help them out, put them on display in their shop, so that way it can better be. The display model will be the best way to get them to sell properly, because also too, you know, when you're setting up fishing tackle in a shop, you can't just throw it up on the wall and in any way that it just fits, because it can hurt your sales. So we're going to go over there and we're going to help them put them up on the wall, so that way it flows, and that way when they're explaining the leaders, it can roll one right into the next one and stuff like that, and also help improve their sales as well. So that's one of the other things we do when we do sell fishing tackle to a shop. We don't let them fend for themselves. And actually, for the two-speed MXL, go with the G2 two-speed. The regular single speed and two speeds of the Avids have the same amount of drag, which if you're using them for surf fishing, I don't recommend, because the surf weight is what's really going to kill the bearing on it. It doesn't have the amount of drag and or housing to encompass the amount of lockdown that you're going to be putting to break that surf weight loose all the time. And that's where a lot of the screaming reels come from. And that was something that we learned about years, shoot, it's been at least 6 years that we came up with that frame of thought, because when I first started getting into Avids, that was one of the biggest complaints I saw online, that people were talking about that their bearings were going out and this and that, and you know, getting back with Avid, and Avid was telling us that the only place that they were really having that problem was here in Texas. Well, the reason why here in Texas is because we actually use good surf weights in comparison to everywhere else, and the reason being because MXL would be a great reel for that size.
Yeah.
When you start going to a bigger reel such as the LX, you know, you got to have a bigger, wider grip. MXL is a happy medium between going too big and going too small, and still have a line capacity after you cast to fight whatever you hook into. So that's what we would say there. But still, go with the G2 series if you can't afford to go with the Raptor.
Yeah.
And
I've got the G2 SX, and that little SX.
you know what we
got
need to
something.
do? We need to do a video showing a single speed, a G2, and a Raptor, and show what we're talking about on the size of the gears and all of that.
Yeah.
Just on the framework on the outside, because like I said, once we started asking those questions with Avid and trying to figure out what was going on, we discovered that the Surfway guys here in Texas, we were the ones destroying all the bearings. And once I started fishing with the Avids themselves, I was using nothing but Raptors and going on 4 or 5 years and never having any bearing issues. It really got me to think. I was like, well, you know, and that's when I started asking questions about the sizes of that and so forth. And it really brought to light what was happening. And so single speed, 2-speed, if you're not fishing the surf or with spider weights, you're good to go. You can use those all day long. The G2 increases the drag, the bearing size, and stuff like that, so that means you can pull fish in faster, which is, you know, like me. I like to pull my fish in as quickly as possible because it increases my numbers of fish per hour versus me fighting a fish for an hour. I can catch 10, 20 fish in an hour versus one. So if you want higher numbers,
the survival rate as we release.
that's another thing too. They don't build up as much of the lactic acid, which will keep them from swimming off immediately if you land them quicker. So that's another thing too. If you're landing fish for strictly catch and release, awesome. But be sure to get them in quickly, or spend the time to resuscitate them and revive them, so that way they're good to go when they do swim off, and they don't just swim off and dive to the bottom and die. So that's just some food for thought there, guys. And I need a few more pieces. 3 orange and short. Good morning, Roel. Sorry. I'm sitting a good ways from the camera, so that way I'm not all up in your face, kind of
And
deal.
when you do your MC, remember you got your 1 through 5 on the side. You got to find out happy medium.
Oh, what was the question?
Oh, I was just adding on for that one. You know, because we have the MC cast. You know, you stick it on one, and a heavy wind, what's going to happen? We backlash. You got to find that little area. Because I know I like using a 3. Have it set it on 3, and sometimes I've seen you come down to 2.
Yeah. Oh,
You know, it just depends on your weather conditions, your wind, or you're going to cast into the wind.
If the wind is to your face, you're going to go with higher on the MC. If the wind's to your back, you're going to go lower on the MC, so you can increase your distance. So it really all depends what the wind is doing, how you're casting too, because I mean a simple thing as a stub toe will keep you from getting your perfect cast as well. So
Unless
that's
you
where
got a captain that's really nice and yanks on his line when you're in mid-cast.
I didn't do that.
You know, in mid-cast, on a really haven't casted it forever, just have to be non-MC.
That as well. Yep. That size of weight, what
Yeah.
kind of leader you're throwing. Are you trying to pitch or anything like that? Yes, that is another major one. So, okay, I didn't count correctly, so I got to go to the back. I need 1 orange.
Now he's breaking his cams. Especially other than fish.
Yes.
Your hands want to grip the reel, not a pin. And like you say, MC's usually good all around. Set up a drag.
Is it me? Yeah, the camera keeps, it's focused in on me, but I notice it's refocusing as it's going through as I'm moving. So.
We're so quiet today.
Okay. Yeah, actually, we've had a few phone calls and a few customers step in, but it's actually been a real quiet morning here at Hard Life, which is fine because it's giving me the opportunity to concentrate on you.
Oh yeah, the LXMC.
Oh, guys, I got something to show y'all. I'm amazed I haven't showed y'all yet, but remember how Avid had created HXW MC Raptor? Well, they only created 24 of them, and somehow they found one lost in their inventory. So, look at that. One of 24 that were made, and this one is number 18. We've actually got number 1 and number 2 in the
series.
In the series of the Team Gear, but we've got another one that we're about to add in because I tell you what, I've casted the HXW Raptor MCs. Oh, give me the cable cutters, please. And I have fallen in love with them because, yes, I do love to cast the big reels. It's a whole nother feeling to do that, and it's pretty awesome. I do have to say so. And up there, I got 2 Manta Ray 14s, and those were actually the orange one I won at Beachmasters a few years ago, and the green one was actually given to me after I caught the world record tiger shark, which was 12'6". I didn't see that last comment.
Eminem said, "What's up, Albert?" And Greg said, "Jealous so much right now."
Oh, come on, bro. It ain't that bad. Ain't that bad. So, but what's up, Eminem? We need to get together and do some cooking, bro. Can't wait. And actually, I know Eminem Smokers is going to be out at Gar Wars, or not Gar Wars, but the Gar tournament here locally. So too, if when y'all see the post for that gar fishing tournament, y'all need to get out there and get in quick because I know part of the entries will be sponsored by the tournament, to where you can get your free food and get in on some great tasting food by M&M Smokers. But if not, he will still be there to serve plates and whatever he's doing, because I'm excited. Tasting good food is one of my fortes that I love to eat. I mean, if y'all ain't noticed, I'm having to deal with the issues of eating too much. I enjoy food, man. Don't hate. Don't hate. And actually, with the
MC version is awesome. I've cast it out I'm just like you. I own both. I can cast them. It's like casting a Super 4, high speed. That MC makes it night and day right there. I can tell you that now. He handed me number 2 out of Bob Hall when I first got him last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, he chunked that one out, and the smile on his face was enough to say he's not here.
Yeah, there's a video, and that video of me casting that HXW MC was the first time we even attempted to try it. And so that's unedited, raw, first-time footage casting in HXW MC. So, and right now, like I said, there was only 24.
Yeah, they're not doing the HXW and MC right now.
That is correct. But I've been hassling them enough that they're planning to do on their next run, when they do create the housings for the HXWs, that they are going to make them MC. They were really testing out the buyer's commitment to them, because yes, we were asking for them, but they were still unsure that they were going to sell, because in reality they didn't think people would actually cast these reels that were that big. So it's definitely something we're waiting for, and we are going to do. Yeah. And y'all can thank us later, like I said, once the HXW Raptors get into full effect of being in their normal inventory. But you do got to realize too that they're only going to be doing a certain amount of colors on their inventory as well. So
Yeah, that's my next purchase when they come out. I've got 2 of the HXW Raptors, it's non-MC. And that is definitely on the list after casting one.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Big Al's gonna be in Pins in late September, around the 40 or 50 mile mark.
Okay, well be sure to remind us, because we got so many things going that, you know, setting dates and everything. Right now, the dates we're setting up for are anything that has to do with the tournament. Obviously too, because there's so many guys putting out fishing gear. I mean, everybody's now into the fishing gear business. And granted, it's one of the hardest businesses out there to be in, because like I said, one, it's the haters that are out there, but two, you know, you've got guys that are working out of the garage, and I'm not hating, I'm just saying I've been there. I started out in my garage the same way. What's up, Tina? How you doing? One of our original subscribers right there too. So it's been, you know, like I said, everybody's coming out with the gear, and you know, hey, get on it, make your money, you know what I mean? But when you actually own a retail shop, a actual storefront, you've got new bills on top of the regular bills that you normally would carry if you're working out of your home. When you're working out of your home, you've got light, water, cable, you know, rent, or if you're buying, or if you're renting or whatever, you got one set of overhead. Well, when you actually open up a retail shop, you got your regular set of overhead, and then you got a secondary set of overhead, which includes more light, more rent, water, you know, and all the same regular deals. Plus now, when you hire workers, it's something else as well too. So will do. Just let us know, Big Al, when you're ready. We'll get it set up. And also too, guys, we do payment plans. And you know, let us know that you found us through the YouTube channel. You can contact us here at the shop at 361-334-2171. And we can get you set up on a payment plan, and we will ship directly to you from Avid if you want to spool it yourself, and or if you want us to spool it, let's get it sent here to the shop, do a quick YouTube video as well, and then get it shipped out to you, and you also get to kind of see it getting spooled up here. And if y'all noticed too, I did a video the other day of spooling that 4-aught, and the reason I did it both ways, of unedited and edited, was because, I mean, we got a lot of line on that reel. We definitely want people to see, or a lot of our subscribers too have stated that they like seeing it, you know, just unedited, you know, just spooling and spooling and spooling. And I hate to say too, sometimes that's mesmerizing when you're seeing something that's just slowly building up, because I mean, it doesn't fill up all the way as it does in fast forward. You slowly start seeing it work its way up and stuff like that, and it's pretty cool. I do have to admit, you know, I do it for a living over here, and it doesn't get old for me. I love seeing reels go from being empty and up to being full. All right, Eminem, you be safe, brother, and I'll check you later. We do have more videos coming up. Still haven't decided what's going to happen yet with this live video feed. I know y'all have been here for a while. We're going on 2.5 hours. I do appreciate everybody still chiming in, giving us a thumbs up, and asking your questions and sharing your comments. But I do I'm going to take this as long as I can go. Videos pulling my... That we will. Any new reel that we haven't already done, and even then, now I'm redoing them all, because now we're not using Jerry Brown anymore. We're going to be using the Tough Braid line for all of our spooling, for the hollow cores and stuff like that right now. And we prefer pushing the hollow core because, like, again, you know, the whole reason I developed the shop, besides, you know, growing too big and working out of the garage, is because I know what it's like to be on that side of the counter, you know, to ask questions, and, you know, you're hoping to get the right answer, or for them to get you on the right path to get onto the big fish that you're looking for, and you don't get it, you know. So for us, that is what's kept us in business, is the good knowledge that we have gotten, and by shooting our customers straight. I mean, it's getting there. Better get after it, Big Al. That's why I do mine on Sunday. I'm just saying. I try to do it early on so I can enjoy the rest of my week. And yep, it's once a week for me kind of deal.
I'll probably be in tomorrow to do that MXL. I'm getting it out tomorrow.
Okay. Well, more than likely Jeff will be here. I'll probably be on the road. I got to travel up to Galveston
And you
to
gotta
go.
do your check-in.
Yep, I
Wish I
got.
could make this one, but
Yeah, I got to drive up to Galveston to go to meet with Ron Gentry, the guys with the tournament weigh-in or tournament director, so I can check in our team for the Beachmasters event. That's going to be a 3.5 hour drive north, 3.5 hour drive back, and then I still got to load up my gear and then head south. And depending on where my tournament fishing partner Damon is down the beach, that can be anywhere from another 2 to 3 hours on top of that. So, I've got a long road trip ahead of me tomorrow, guys. So
yeah.
that's going to be something for the books right there, because I've done it the last 2 years of getting out there and so forth. But actually, give me just a second, guys.
Hold on, I gotta go get
Later, Big Al. You have a good one, boss.
Yo, guys, be safe out there.
All right. Hey, what's up, boss? Beachmasters, yes, it's this weekend. Can you make it or what? Why, what's up? What do you got going? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that does put a hurting on it. So, but there's another tournament coming up right after that. There's one in July, and it's an alligator gar tournament. So that one's gonna be here locally. It's well, right now we had to pay extra because we want to fish pins. So our entry fee right now for us was $250 because we're doing shark and redfish. Yep, and that's per person. Yeah, you can fish anywhere, and it'll be $200, $100 per division. So yeah, you can fish there in Galveston locally, and you don't have to travel so far and waste so much money, and still get in on the tournament. We can see you at weigh-in on Sunday. Yeah, we're going to pins. Yeah, we're shooting for that plus 12-foot bonus that they got going. That I don't know. I won't know until Damon gets out there and runs the beach. He's normally wherever he posts up, I just go with him because one, he's got the shark rack. Two, we're just a powerful freaking shark fishing team. So. Well, we'll keep you posted, but. Well, scope it out. Get up with Ron and them, and shoot, fish there locally. Get on the bull reds, and I know there's still big shark over there too. So there's no telling. I don't know, to tell you the truth. I haven't even been keeping track until like the week or two before it. That's when they let me know. So. But my guy. All right, boss. Well, my relief just walked in, and I'm gonna finish up these leaders. I gotta hit the road to go help them set up the leaders at that other tackle shop. Yeah. All right, Ricky. You have a good one. Later. All right, guys. Yes, Beachmasters is this weekend, and y'all can fish pretty much anywhere on the Texas coast, but you do have to check in tomorrow in Galveston and pick up your entry forms and sign your release waivers and all of that stuff too. So that's just food for thought for y'all if y'all haven't gotten into the tournament. But I guess what I'll do here is How's that weight order for Clem's? Were you able to?
We don't have enough left for him.
All right. Live on YouTube right now too, so been shooting a lot of the footage of making all the leaders and stuff like that. So what we can do is get whatever we do have available. Give me a list, create an invoice, because I got to go hit the road to go help them set up over there.
And we did that yesterday. Hey, where's that stuff that we
Well, it's a short notice on us. Most of our orders came in on Monday, so we had those delivered by Wednesday. But these orders just came in late yesterday afternoon, about 5 or 6. So we worked out what we could to get it to them, because tomorrow, like I said, I'm going to hit the tournament. But since I'm already going out there to go help them set up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take what we have available now. They're going to continue working on the order, and when I make my final trip out tomorrow, I will take the rest of their order for them. So it's always changing, evolving, and stuff like that. Let's see what we got here. Okay, I can't punch that. They sent a video. Let's see. This thing's being a pain in the butt. I drove to Florida for the weekend just to fish before. Nice. How was that fishing trip in Florida, Craig? When you did that? That's one of our bucket list deals, is to go fish out there. We've got several guys that have invited us. We got the Shark and Sport, Peter Buban out there, Matthew Stura, Desmond Hewitt, and a bunch of other teams that are, promoting the sport very well, and they are on some monster fish over there. And even then, just in general, going out and fishing and having a good time. We also got to get up with Sherry, with their group out there as well, because we still have the Gulf Coast Cartel shark fishermen on the East Coast that are tearing it up. Big shout out to those guys, as we are still putting together a land-based shark fishing reality show. So if y'all haven't been able to follow through on what's going on with that, there's 4 teams right now. Actually 3 teams right now that we are fishing the East Coast and the Gulf Coast, and now we're shooting our 2nd season. And what we're doing is now the main guys, the main fishermen, are teaching some proteges to go out and start landing big monsters and fish like that. And still, it's promoting a great shark fishing knowledge and stuff like that. So we are gonna make it grow, and it's teamwork. Even though we're so far apart, we're all helping each other out. And again, just finished with the crimpers, still using them, and these are all the leaders that I created right there. It's backwards for me right here on this deal, so let's get these leaders hung up, and you can see the rest of the wall as I'm doing that. Oh, and I can show you that gator spoon too that I did not clean, and the reason I did not clean it is because that's part of the testing process too. A lot of times you're out on the beach for several days, so you really don't have time to be rinsing off your fishing gear. Okay, hold on real quick. We also make leaders with 200-pound or 250-pound cable, and we got the mono here, and that's actually a different one. So let's see. I wonder if this will let me flip it so y'all can see what I'm looking at. Okay, cool. All right. So those are the leaders I just hung up right here in this wall. I'm still separating them right now. But those are 6-footers. And then we also got our 3-way longs here. And what that means is from the 3-way swivel to the hook is a long drop. And then we've got some 5-foot leaders right here. And we got them in Kale and Circle Hook as well. And these are a smaller one. These are our 10-aughts. And then we got our 13-aughts right here. And then we got some big old 7-aught Kales. And these are our 6-foot leaders over here. Actually, no, those are 8-footers, sorry. But yeah, we've been selling leaders like crazy lately, so we are kind of looking shy, but I love to have them where they're nice and thick in color like that. These are 7-aught hooks with 135 cable. We got short drop. You got your long drop there. As you can see, it's double the length. And then we've got our regular casting one there. Got J-hook leaders here for the guys that still like to use J-hooks for reds and big black drum. Bull reds there. Got our heavier duty casting shark rigs there, and see how full that is? That's normally the way we like to keep our walls, but we get bombarded by other tackle shops because we sell to about 25 other tackle shops all of our leaders. We tend to pull from here because we keep them fully exposed for all of our customers to check out. So and there you go. That's the way the store is looking. So, and then too, do a quick rundown on our surf weights. Again too, these were full yesterday, but not no more, and we're still filling them back up. And there's some bigger ones. Got a 2-pounder right here. Got our 16 ounces, 15 ounce right there, 16s and 14s. Customers come up, and that's the 3-pounder right there. That's the tank. And then let's see, our other surf weights are these right here, this 116 gauge, and these we sell a lot. God, it's a good problem to have, but I don't like seeing it. You know, when we fill these up and we get orders, we sell out to shops that we supply. So normally they're semi-filled like these, but with the 3 and the 4 ounce and the 2 ounce and stuff like that, normally we put about 80 to 100 surf weights in those, and those don't last very long, which is part of our problem there, but we'll get it. And then our regular weights right here. You got coins, you got your pairs, you got egg weights, cannonballs. And then we've even got the bigger coin weights that you normally don't find in other shops. 8 ounce and 10 ounce right there. Got big pairs. And our storm weights, we're looking empty here. That's not good, but we're gonna make it happen. Got pyramids, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 ounce. And then we go back to 8 and 10 ounce. And then you got your storm weights up here, or your claws. 1 ounce, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8 ounce right there. And our single drop, double drop coated cable, we got 135 on both single drops and double drops. And those actually was part of those leaders that I was building as well with those new HD 800s trout and flounder rigs. Got a nice little color assortment there, so if you like to dress up your leaders, it doesn't cost anything extra. It's what we normally do. You got your single drops right here of the drum rigs. We got circle hook up on top, and then we got J hooks on the bottom. And then our redfish leaders, we got long drops right here. The short drops were getting made. We still got to get them bagged, but this will be filled here in a few minutes. And we got what they call a 2-3. Each of these single drop leaders or single hook leaders each have 2 leaders per bag. Our double drops are looking empty again. Oh. It's a sigh, but it's a sigh of growing pains. It's a good thing. So, and then we got snapper rigs, we got your Jack Crevalle leaders as well, and we do the same thing. We got long and short drop, and then the 2-3s. And then let's see. For a Penn 9-aught, I would use a 10-foot rod at least a heavy action, because the rod is what's going to help you break your surf weight loose and pull it in. So we got 400 pound there, 250 and 135 of your coated cables. And then we've got your sleeves right there in 100 count bags, anywhere from 649 on up. And we got, like I said, 0.8, 1.0, and that's supposed to be 1.3. There you go, 1.6. We need the 1.9 and 2.2, but by the time we get those stacked up, they sell out, so we just kind of keep them in the back right there until they're ready to sell. So, oh, and our bead selection, just a small selection of beads. We got a lot more in back. We have not bagged up, but it's what we do. And yeah, got food and snacks and stuff like that too. And don't forget your Barracuda nets. Yes, sir. We got them in the Pro Series for the 3/8 and the 1/4 inch. And they fly. They really do. So, and our Gator spoons. Yeah, these guys are flying over here. So it's nice. Very nice. Oh, real quick, yeah. These are all the casting reels that I'm taking, and they still have the Gar rigs on there. Have not cleaned the reels, rinsed them off or anything since Gar Wars. But these are the reels I got to start working on to get in prep for the tournament. I'm going to go through them because while fishing in Gar Wars, I was fishing into a lot of trees and the rocks and stuff like that, because we actually moved a position. And it's going. We're going to get it out there. So... And yes, I do have some shark jaws there. All of them, except for that one, that 9-foot tiger. I was gonna kill it either way because it was my first tiger, but it ended up getting tail hooked, so I had no choice. And then that tiger jaw right there is from the 12-foot 3. We actually released, and we end up having to go back to the beach where she was brought ashore again, and they had her in like 4 inches of water, and she ended up dying on us. But there was like an hour and something after we had already released her, and all the pups survived, but it did work. So let's see. Alright, well, this is going on almost 3 hours of footage right here with me and Hard Life Bait and Tackle. And this is actually a really good thing because, like I said, I need to know what this phone is capable of doing with the battery usage and so forth. This gimbal is kind of tilting a little bit instead of being where I need it to be. But I need to see what these messages are, because I'm getting blown up on my Messenger account. A lot of times too are where they ask questions here as well. So still making sales through Facebook. The website is being a pain in the butt. We've got it up and running, but it's more like limping along, because when I set up all the items in there, and it gave you the adjustment to be able to adjust the pricing on it and stuff like that. And actually, real quick, I'll show y'all what I got. Alright guys, so do this real quick. Wonder why it's doing that. Okay, so this is our website. It's plain and simple, and there you can see the let's see, hold on real quick. Okay, with that world record, you had to be pre-registered with them. It couldn't be something you could just pop up with. And yeah, no, that didn't work out for us. Okay, let me see. There we go. Come on. I'm trying to get the screen to acknowledge that so y'all can see. And I've got the link for our YouTube channel. Got 7/0 hook leaders. Got 13/0 double drops and snapper and shark rigs, avid reels and fish bites. But with those, you got to go like into the description there, and there's where it all shows the 30s, the 50, the 2-speed, 3-speed, and so forth. When I put in the rest of the Avets, it didn't go through. So I don't know what's going on with that. I'm working it. And then the fish bite flavors right here. You got your Power Lime Electric Chicken and the Flesh Pink, both in crab and shrimp, and even sand flea there. So let's see, leaders with snaps. Got them in the 100-pound. Got 7/0 hooks. We got single drop coated cable, 250, 135. And then you can choose what colors that you want them in. There you go. And then let's see, Tackle Industry and the Vexens right there, simple price. And then you can choose what size you want. And then also to the links, and actually it's supposed to put the 9-footers in there, but again, I don't know what's up with this site. It's everything's whatever is there is working, but it's just not where I want it to be. But it gives everybody an idea. You can also do your surf weights, and it says out of stock, but we got them, don't worry about that. And then the other one, that's where you have your 3/32 gauge, your 1/8 gauge, and then your regular ones. And there you go, just show that, add to your cart. Let's see, your 1/8 gauge. And actually, we don't build the rods personally. I have contractors that build them for us. We have 4 to choose from, so we can actually get it in a pretty decent, reasonable time to get you a custom rod built. And then all the different weight sizes and so forth, so it can give you an idea. And then we got even bigger ones, the 2 and 3 pounders. But yeah, there's the website, and it is Hard Life's Bait and Tackle. Let's see, .com. That's our website right there, guys. So you can check it out, make some purchases, and if you have any questions, please get with us at 361-215-6535. Oh man, I'm getting hungry. I don't know about y'all, but let me flip this around. Go. All right, so it looks like I got 7 of y'all left. We got up to, I think it was 24 viewers at one time is what it told me there. Like I said, I'm gonna keep rolling it. It's gonna be an extra long video, but I need to see what this video can do, and this will also help too, because say we do get into a monster fight immediately after I'd go kayaking, which basically what happened last time. You can actually see the start to finish, you know, us yakking bait, fighting the fish, taking measurements and everything all in one video live, which would be real awesome. I mean, we just need to hit that 13-footer, 14-footer is what I'm shooting for. I'm trying to break 14 foot this year. it'd be nice. I don't want to have to go to Florida to make it happen. I want to make it happen here in Texas, because that is one of the hardest things to do here in Texas. Yes, there's a few guys that have done it, but it's, you know, it's always by chance. Being out there at the right day, the right time, having a bait in the water. If you don't have bait in the water, you can't catch. And catch and cook, yeah, that could be something we can do out on the beach as well with the live video. So, but I do got to get out there with the guys. We're actually coming up on 3 hours, so that is a real nice deal for us, but it doesn't tell me how much battery life I've got on the phone. I don't know if I have to get out of it or not, but I do appreciate y'all watching in on us on our first live shoot here with our YouTube channel at Team Hard Life, and we'll get some more, but I definitely do got to get back to work. So in RV next year, so you charge to take someone shark fishing. And that all depends. We do pier trips and we do trips down the beach, but it's more of a class to teach people how to shark fish and stuff like that. It's not really a guide. A guide promises you fish. We promise you the knowledge to be able to go out and catch. However, we are setting up to do the proper things so we can actually do a guide. But like I said, I really don't want to be a guide business. I want to be a learning class where we can take you out, teach you the knowledge to where you're self-sufficient by the end of the day, where you can go out there, you can cast, you can bait, and you know what to look for. And obviously it's going to take more than just one trip, because it's so much knowledge to learn, but you'll learn the basics to be self-sufficient, to go out there and put some sharks on the sand, or you know, just make a good judge of where a good place to fish would be. So that is coming. But I definitely got to go to Walmart and get some allergy pills. So, yeah, once you hit the road, Tina, let us know. You know, that'd be pretty cool, because you've been watching our videos for quite some time now, and you can definitely, you know, go full circle with doing the video and stuff like that, and have you out there catching some fish. That is true, very true. So let's see. Got quite a bit of those. I'm trying to look what else I can build real quick to help out the guys. Oh, you know what? The double drop drum rigs. That was something I needed to do and I didn't do. See, I wonder if that will play a part in, because I'm actually recording and posting versus just chiming in. I don't know if that would really help us too. And like I said, this is going to be a learning curve, but 3 hours of footage is great. I mean, like I said, it doesn't take me that long to run one bait, but running multiple baits, it'll give you an idea of how long we can, you know, go with kayaking and stuff like that. So, well, that will be a good thing, because you'll find out that they actually are a lot more docile than you think. Obviously, the smaller ones come in when they're really green and they have a lot of energy to them, whereas the bigger ones, they'll fight a lot more. So it will have, you know, some different kind of deals. I would say it's about 25% of what the equivalent is to the monofilament on the tough braid. The 130 pound, I was waiting for an email with them to give me the diameters of the braid in comparison. But also too, it depends what kind of mono you're using. Different manufacturers have different thicknesses and stuff like that. So, right, put a trolling motor on. There's actually the ability to do trolling motors on some of these kayaks as well, instead of using a pedal drive system. It's just still kind of old school, you know. I'm all about, you know, getting out there and putting the elbow grease into yak baits and stuff like that. And granted, I'm not using the pedal drive, you know, the hand paddle drive system. You know, we're actually using a foot pedal, but we'll also paddle with our arms to get through the bigger surf. That is correct, Craig. Yep, we got the DeWalt chargers there, and actually, I know we're supposed to have gear coming in. I need to get with him. It's been a little, well, there we go. I'm down to 15% on this phone right now. So yeah, it's probably using a little bit more because of what I'm doing. And see, now on the drone though, we were looking at doing that, but we hear that they're only good for like 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes. Whereas a kayaking trip with us takes up to an hour and 45. And if we waste out the battery on one run of just kayaking, then that's not going to do us any good, because then we have to wait or buy extra batteries to make each trip happen and then wait for it to charge and stuff like that. So that's why I'm looking to do this other one where we can do those little satellite tags that we can enter in on the kayak, and we'll know exactly where we're dropping our bait. So that way if we do hook up monsters, maybe we can get back there and get to that position or close to it. And you know, obviously I won't be able to take the phone with me during those trips, and we'll have to use some walkie-talkies. And we actually saw a discussion the other day on Facebook of walkie-talkies that everybody is using while they're kayaking baits and stuff like that. So I wasn't able to keep following it. Sorry guys, I didn't get all the sleep I wanted to last night, but I did get some, and so we'll see what's up. But I got to go back to the back and check in with my guys to see if we can get this weight order out there. And also too, once I do go out there, maybe I'll go live again to just so you can check out how we make this wall happen. If not, then I'll just record it and show you how we got it done. So, all right guys, I hate to cut short, but I do got to go over here. It's going to be running back and forth, and I got to carry trays, so I can't really have the phone with me, and I don't want y'all staring at a dead wall. But yeah, exactly. You can't use drones down beach, but I was looking at other places where we can use the drones, such as the jetties and or around Bob Ball Pier, south of Bob Ball Pier, or even in other areas such as South Padre and stuff like that. So, but all right guys, y'all have a good one. Thank you, and we'll definitely get more of these live videos going each week. I want to do at least one or two, and let's make this pop. But continue getting people to subscribe. Let's see if we can get to 2750. We can do our next subscriber giveaway. Haven't decided exactly what we're going to give away on that one, but the big one is the 3,000 subscriber mark. Because remember, the guy that won at the 2,000 subscriber mark didn't claim his prize. So what I'm doing, I'm rolling that one over to the 3,000 subscriber mark. And even then, at the 3,000 subscriber mark, I still got more gifts coming in for that giveaway. So pass the word. Let's get more people to subscribe. So maybe I can do it in a week and a half or in a week. I would love to do it as quickly as possible. And then, you know, start getting more gifts to give away as we grow with y'all's help. And it's going to be awesome. Can't wait to see it. All right, guys. Y'all have a good one.